is now.
You guys know what really sucks?
What really sucks?
Nazis.
Life. Donald Trump. Are we live?
Yes, we're always live. It's called life.
Dude, that's deep as fuck, man.
Woo woo!
Ah.
Shit, Chris.
So, this was supposed to
Hey!
be a sports
Forgot
debate.
about that.
Hey, see that bar that's like keeps
Moving?
spiking up to the red?
Yeah,
Pull that down slightly.
that way.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
No, under it.
Under it?
The blue, the
Blue.
blue. The blue, yeah.
Yeah.
How far?
So it doesn't do that?
Thanks for the mic check right now.
Yeah. Check.
That
Rainer
should be
sucks.
Huh?
I'm
good.
gonna
That's
win.
good. It's not spiking to the red.
I can't wait till Manana whoops your ass at Crossfire, dude. He's been calling you the hard R for weeks.
The hard R.
But yeah, Matt, as you were saying.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a fucking sports movie debate between
She's saying Renner, by the
a
way.
dude we
That's
work
the one
with
person
and
this wasn't their last
Never
name.
Skips Leg Day Brian.
Brian
But,
Stiles.
They canceled, so Rayner was kind enough to join us, and
'Cause I love sports.
Chris and Corey were kind enough to step in, and we're doing a sports movie debate.
It's gonna be awful.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna be kind of good because we kind of just like going to bullshit the whole
We just
time
winged
instead
it.
of like really trying.
I didn't know.
I have a brand new phone, and I don't know where to find YouTube to share this. There we go.
I don't see it popping up.
I don't remember what questions I.
Did you put it on the Real Dumb page?
No. I can't.
I just don't share it because my parents will see it, and I don't want them to think I'm that like
Oh.
awful.
See,
To see
what's
the real
good
you.
about
Yeah.
this show is like my parents, where they live, they don't have a good enough internet connection to even watch it if they wanted to. So, hey, Mom. Maybe eventually.
My
I'll
mom's
see you tomorrow.
About me no matter what I do.
That's awesome.
Did you say your mom's gonna ground you no matter what you're
No,
gonna do?
proud of him.
Oh.
Cool.
Get out of here!
Cool, Colin.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There's a whole episode.
So, very impromptu
mix it?
questions.
The
The first one we got.
Chan thing with random songs on a constant playlist.
Fuck is it? It's Rainer's question. What athlete?
I'm kicking you out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What
Which this was a
Athlete.
hockey match.
What athlete most deserves a biopic?
Well, the obvious answer for this one would be the Worm, Dennis Rodman.
Chris?
I picked Michael Jennifer Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
I think his middle name's Jennifer. I don't know. I didn't have time to research this very much.
I tried to pick both of those, and they were already taken.
Just fucking great.
Which is the weirdest shit ever, because I don't know anything about sports. So I picked Dale Earnhardt.
Alright, go.
Dude, Dale Earnhardt's movie would suck because at the end he just hits a wall. Like, it literally, it kills itself in the movie. It literally hits a literal...
Turn it left now!
But then he goes right for some
What
reason,
the
like
fuck
an
would your
idiot.
guys' movies have, though? Like Dennis
Dennis
Rodman.
Rodman-
No, after
Dennis
all,
Rodman's fucking entertaining.
You're right.
Dennis Rodman has
I'm saying-
cool hair. He's from a weird ass family. He went to a small.
He banged Carmen Electra.
He went to a
What's he
small ass
doing
college.
now? That's what I
He's
said.
going to North Korea and trying to help our relations as a fucking.
So where's the
people.
end to either of your two movies, though?
Mine
Mine has an end. It's right in the wall.
We don't need it.
That's
big
it.
fucking house with a tiger and a face tattoo and a whole lot of hangover money.
That's bullshit.
What do you mean that's bullshit?
Mike Tyson's
That's Mike
bad.
Tyson's
Nobody wants to relive him biting somebody's
Right.
ear off.
Mike Tyson's
beating-
arguably one of the greatest American boxers.
Beating
of all fucking
Buster
time.
Douglas on an upset. It's not even an upset. He became the best boxer. It's just another movie. They have those Muhammad Ali.
But like even the
Like,
Dennis
that's
Rodman
what
shit, it's like
Yeah, but
Nobody does
Ali
a
as a movie,
basketball.
Ali as a movie, like you know what you're getting out of that fucking movie. Muhammad Ali was a great fucking dude.
Cats
Whereas
with
like
squirrel.
Mike Tyson, everybody everybody
Tyson's
knows
a fucking
that.
psychopath.
Yeah, and everybody knows that. It's
No,
kinda
you don't want
it's
to
like-
watch the fucking movie about the psychopath.
Because half the movie is just
Fucking
going to be in
boring.
jail for 3
Yeah.
years for whatever he did.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mike
You picked
Tyson.
Dale Earnhardt for a fucking movie. You're gonna tell me a Mike Tyson
Because
movie
he's
is fucking boring?
he's like the
Shut
best
fuck up.
NASCAR
He
racer
picked
of
those
all
boys
He's not
time.
even the best NASCAR racer of all
One of
time.
them?
You got Richard Petty, you got Junior Johnson, now you got Jeff Gordon, Jimmy
Those
Johnson.
people died though. That's where you
Because
get
they're
the
good.
movie.
Because they're good. They didn't
No,
stop their
he
car.
died.
In the biggest
No, no, no,
race
no.
of the year.
He
just
died.
so his
So
car
you shut up.
that
He
the
was
car
gonna
he
do it.
owned would win. And I don't even think the car he owned won. I could be wrong. I think Michael Waltrip won that Daytona, but I could
The
be
reason
could
he
be
died.
wrong.
The reason he died is because he was such a hard ass that he was like, I'm not wearing this fucking gay neck brace that everybody else is wearing.
That's not why he died. He died because he wanted his car to win, not him.
Oh, so
That's
that's
totally against
Oh, so
it.
then they made everybody wear those neck braces after he
How
died.
dare you paint Dale Earnhardt, an American hero, as a homophobe?
I didn't.
You just did.
I'm sorry.
You said he didn't want to wear those quote unquote because they were gay neck things.
I think that was a quote by him.
So I'm
don't
just
know.
that's,
I don't watch
that's not going to
NASCAR.
work now because that's if you say that in a movie today, Jesus
You're right.
Christ,
But
that's
I mean,
going
like,
to
what
get
kind
so
of weird
much.
rapey shit has Tyson done? A lot.
I don't know if he's ever raped anybody. He raped
I think
somebody's
he was.
ear, which
No,
nobody,
I think
that's not even going to be a good thing
I
in the
think
movie. You don't even really see that little nipple over
A
the
Mike
ear.
Tyson movie is going to be a fucking
Nobody cares.
great fucking like coming up fucking story, but it's also like nobody like
This is the worst.
what you want out of your biopic is you want to watch your star rise and then just fucking plummet. Nobody has a bigger fall from fame to come back into like modern pop culture in fame. than
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
Dennis Rodman does. He fucking nobody thought about
hasn't,
him,
though.
but he went. He played basketball. And he's just a dirty motherfucker. So your sports scenes are going to be great. He's a fucking beast. He's basically Mike Tyson on the fucking basketball court. Then he marries Carmen Electra, where he wears a fucking wedding dress and she
Who are
doesn't.
you gonna
But then
get
after
with
his
Carmen
career,
Electra in the
after
movie, though?
Carmen Electra,
No.
and after she needs
No.
money too, and she looks just about the same. So like you have that, and then he falls off, and nobody hears about him, and then he goes to North Korea
For no reason.
to help relations because he's like, oh man, you guys hate us, we're not that bad. You're not that bad. You like basketball? Like that's a fucking cool story. That's a great jump up, especially from where he came from. He played basketball at Southeastern Oklahoma State University. I don't even think they have a basketball team
Dale
anymore.
Earnhardt was like born and raised in Kentucky. I'm just gonna guess. Fact checker. I don't know. I'm gonna guess. He won a shit ton of races. He was probably
He didn't
better.
win that many. There's people. He's like 5th all time now.
Your movie is going to be more boring to watch than actual fucking.
You think so? The Intimidator? That's what the movie's gonna be called. Is the Intimidator?
And
It's
actually,
at the number 3.
I think ESPN did do kind of a biopic about Dale Earnhardt at some point.
Well, it
And
was
at
probably
the
like a
end,
documentary.
it shows a wall and a helmet that's like kind of like flimsy
And that's like an
because that's how he
and that-
died because he's just an idiot.
76
76.
Winston Cup races.
So you did a lot.
That's a lot, but it's not
Where's
even
he
close to
from?
being the top. He's probably, I think he's from Kannapolis, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Well, again.
But he didn't come from rags to riches. Everybody that races kind of has money. You have to have money to get into the sport. Boxing, you might have to have some money to get into training, but you can usually just go to a gym. Basketball, shit, that's like America's soccer. There's a basketball hoop everywhere. You just get a ball. Somebody's got a ball. You pick one up out of somebody's yard. That's a rags to riches. Especially his family's a single family guy. It's a good story. And then he's just eccentric as all get out. It's just a great
North
character
Carolina.
almost.
I think it'd be really.
He seems fictional. He seems
He
like not
does.
a real person.
Dennis Rodman. I think a documentary about him though would just be like shit.
Well,
I don't think it would
this is a
apply.
biopic, so it'd be a great.
No, I
it'd
just
be
think
a
it would
great
just be a
movie to watch.
shit. No, I don't think so. I think they would try to make it that way, but he's so like the shit that you're talking about. For one, I mean, even growing up in like our age, and you know, we kind of know Dennis Rodman. I know him from NBA Jam,
Yeah.
from downtown. You know that guy. You saw all the tabloid shit. Anybody else these days?
But all you saw was the tabloid shit. So
But
if you
nobody
like
gives
in
a
the
shit
movie,
about
yeah,
it
you do.
these
You want to
days.
see why he's so eccentric.
But
Why is he like
nobody
this?
these
That's
days
great
gives
for a
a shit.
biopic. That's what
You know
biopics
who people
do.
these days still give a shit about? Mike Tyson.
Nobody does.
But they do.
Mike Tyson just got a face
Yeah,
tattoo and was in a
they do.
Hangover movie.
He was in fucking 3 Hangover movies. I'm pretty
He's
sure.
Who cares about
lots
the third
of
one
movies,
anyway?
but
I mean,
he's-
it's shit.
Again, he's the guy that's actually Whoever's doing
He's what?
facts.
Do you want me to read the shit that I copied and pasted 5 minutes before we did this? Because I can, motherfucker. I can. I can break out the facts.
I think
can break out the facts.
he's been accused of rape and
Okay.
battery. Why would you want to have that in a movie? Like, why would you wanna
How many
talk about
movies
it?
have rape and battery in them? And
They
are
do,
still
Yeah,
great
and
fucking
it's a character flaw, so I
I
can't
don't
even
think
think
Dale
that's not
Earnhardt
bad.
ever got accused of rape.
He raped his neck, and when he hit that wall,
It's not the same.
his neck didn't want to break.
Mike
Well-
Tyson did have a rape child.
A rape child?
A rape child. Probably more than you
It was
my
know.
favorite.
on February 10th, 1992 in Indianapolis. Jury found Mike Tyson guilty of rape.
Yep. So
Yeah, so he's just a terrible person almost.
Right.
And
Dale
most
Earnhardt
most
was that,
boxers
though.
kind of do suck.
So
like,
fucking what? I'm not saying he's a great fucking dude. I'm saying he'd be
but he'd be like the
best
only
fucking
bad.
athlete
He'd be
to
like
make
his
a
own
fucking
bad
movie
guy.
about.
He'd be like his own
I don't
the
know.
bad guy.
Yeah,
in
that
his
would be
own
the fucking
movie.
movie. It's like
not
seeing
good.
into the psyche of a fucking man falling from grace.
But there's
That's
not
a great
psyche
fucking movie.
there. I think he's kind
The
of
fuck
part
you mean?
R. Like he's been punched in the face so many times that guy's not even like.
I wouldn't say he's not all with it, but that's a boxer. I have no problem.
Yeah, I mean that's all.
and that's not a bad movie
You
device
can't
either.
get
like-
in his psyche though. He doesn't
Yeah,
really
well,
have
like-
much
like-
of one.
But he does though, because he's human, and that's how humanity works. He has an ego. He has like a fucking id. He has a super ego.
I just don't know. I don't think I'd watch a Mike Tyson movie.
And nobody would watch a goddamn Dale Earnhardt.
They fucking would too.
There are a lot of people
A
that would
lot
see
of
Dale
people.
Earnhardt.
Yeah, they would see that. That would be the most boring fucking.
But it wouldn't be boring. It is NASCAR.
No.
Like they're gonna go left. They do have road courses, but he
you
never
have
did good.
like
at those.
any other
That wasn't
racing
his
movie. You
thing.
have like Days of Thunder, which a lot of people like. I mean, it's Tom Cruise is not about Dale Earnhardt, but people would see that shit. That one that came out, Opie from Andy Griffith directed.
That's not a NASCAR movie.
It's not, but it's a racing
Formula.
movie, and they're kind of the same deal. It's still kind of the same
I mean-
thing. You have that aspect of all the people that are, you're starting out, you're trying to get your own company going, you're starting to be the best racer, you can have those other celebrity people play like the other...
You're saying all this shit about like fucking some shit that like I don't give a fuck about because
Right,
fuck
you
NASCAR.
don't!
Because who the fuck wants to watch a NASCAR fucking
A
movie?
shit ton of people!
Praise hail,
a
praise
shit ton of people!
A shit ton of people are also going to watch a fucking like
No.
movie.
They're gonna watch Dennis
About Mike
Rodman
Tyson.
because Dennis Rodman is basically
No.
a better Mike Tyson. Because,
shit.
because
Alright,
he's not been
so-
punched in the head so much. He's just already that crazy. He didn't have to do anything. He's just so eccentric.
I
It's
can
just a
almost
great
guarantee
character. He's a character himself.
in
He's-
America, at least, in America, and that's it. I'm not going to say anything else about that, but in America, if we had all three of our movies were actually on the same Friday at any given point, or they come out like,
Okay,
what,
so,
Wednesdays at midnight this time?
Tell
A
me
NASCAR
about your
movie would
movie.
get more.
Tell me what right now. What about Dale Earnhardt's life is interesting enough for a movie?
His fucking mustache, dude.
His fucking mustache.
It was awesome.
Okay. So Mike Tyson. All right. So
That was really funny.
Mike Tyson's.
Mike Tyson.
What? You don't have any.
Mike
No,
Tyson.
He didn't have a mustache.
All right. So Mike Tyson's dad left before like he was fucking born, or I guess his stepdad, because he never actually knew his actual father.
Let me
but,
look up some Dale Earnhardt
He
stats.
fucking so
Stats about his family.
he's pretty much raised by a single mother who died when he was 16. By the age of 13, he had 38 arrests. He was the first and youngest like heavyweight champion at age 20.
So he basically just took his violent criminal nature and put it in a ring because he could just punch people hard.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound
Yeah, it
like
sounds-
any sort of.
What the fuck do you mean that
great
doesn't sound like
movie.
any fucking
But
movie?
I mean,
Okay.
it just sounds like he was like, "Oh, I'm good at punch. I'm good at punch." I don't know how to even talk like him because he sounds like a fucking weirdo. Like nobody. I don't want to watch a
He's gonna see this and
weirdo.
he's gonna kick the shit out of
That's
him.
good. I hope the Tigers fucking eat me. Okay, like Dennis Rodman, he's just a crazy guy. He's
Dennis
not,
Rodman wasn't
he's not
even, like-
biting people's ears off. He's not out there raping people. He doesn't have 35 felonies by the time
Right,
he's
you know
13.
what was
He's just a
better
poor kid that
fucking-
played basketball and he's a beast
better
at it.
fucking movie than a Dennis Rodman biopic,
And you get awesome hair
Michael
every
Jordan.
time.
or Scottie Pippen, fucking
Scottie Pippen's
Yeah, big-
no.
or Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing would be boring too. Dennis Rodman is way better because
Dennis
he's like
Rodman is
such a-
interesting, but the question's asking about like athletic biopic.
Yeah, and that would be
Nothing
great.
interesting about Dennis Rodman has to do with his athletics.
His athletic
He's just a
skills,
weird
he's one of
fucking dude.
the
He's
best
just a weird fucking dude.
and
Yeah.
tenacious defender. Like, he gets in fights all the time. He's known to like just throw boats just so he can get a fucking rebound. He doesn't.
So
he doesn't
how come
score.
your movie can be violent and fucking stupid for the sake of it, but the movie about the boxer can't
Because
be
it's-
violent and
it's-
stupid
it's
for the sake of it?
we all kind of pick people like that. Like that's why he was called the Intimidator, because he would like. I don't know that he ever punched anybody or anything like that, but he was.
He totally-
Yeah, he was
like
driving
an asshole, but he
throwing fucking
he
big
used
bones
to
out the
actually
fucking window.
like. I mean, that was
No.
his thing. Was he would try to like push people off the fucking course. And
Yeah,
shit, like, he was a fucking dick.
he used a deadly
He was an
weapon.
asshole.
Yeah, he would probably kill somebody.
He
but, you know.
killed himself instead
Yeah, because he's
because
not
he didn't wear a
good.
neck brace.
He's not good.
No,
Quote
he was
unquote,
good.
a
All
gay
right,
neck thing.
quote unquote, Mike Tyson will fuck you in the ass.
That doesn't sound like is that a movie? Is that a tagline? That's the worst
No,
tagline that
it's
you could even like
Have
think
you,
of.
have you never seen that
fuck you in
fucking
the
movie?
ass.
Can you think about
Yeah,
how
I've seen it. I don't care if he wants to. That doesn't. That's awful.
We've already
watched
had
some
Rocky.
movie about some guy who wants to fuck me in the ass.
We've already had Rocky. We've already had Space Jam. There's not that many like racy movies.
Dude, one of the best.
The fuck is
There's not
Rocky?
that many.
We had Rocky and Space Jam. We had a movie with Michael Jordan where he played basketball with aliens, and we had an Italian white guy get beat up by.
I'm saying
by-
there's already too many movies about your guy's shit. It's all the same. You have a basketball.
5 minutes ago, you were talking about
movie.
all the fucking racing movies that
They're
people
good.
watch.
Dude, you didn't even bring up the best one, which is Talladega Nights, and that's making fun of NASCAR, and that's why it's so good because it's such a terrible topic for a movie.
I have
They're
that-
like
I have
farce
that in
that
a later
shit.
question, yeah.
Farce that shit.
But still, you have race cars. You can have explosions. You can have wrecks. And
There's
shit
no
like that.
the cars don't
They don't
explode.
explode, but you can have
What the
wrecks.
fuck is Michael Bay doing this movie now?
Maybe.
This is it's awful.
Maybe.
It sounds terrible. Nobody wants to watch Michael Bay's Raise Hell, Praise
What
Dale
if the
movie.
Intimidator changed into a Transformer though?
Let's go to final
Yeah,
closing
I was
arguments
about to
here.
say.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Before we begin, we're not even that drunk. This is great. This
I'm
is one
really-
of the
yeah,
most heated debates we've had.
Yeah.
Nobody's prepared. So we just have to
We're just
fucking
yelling.
yell at each other.
This is sports yelling. Is what it is. Like, did anybody ever watch that?
So Dennis Rodman is the best athlete to do a biopic on. Basically, because I think since he was a defensive sort of player, he wasn't a star like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson sort of thing. He did the dirty work down low. He averaged so many rebounds, and that's a great fucking stat. So if you just want to do athletic feats, he's a big dude, he's fucking strong, he's mean, people are scared of him, and his life is just so out there with his antics off the court. He always changes his hair some way. He married Carmen Electra, which is just a weird fucking thing to have happen, and he wore the wedding dress. And then after his career's over, he just kind of went his own way and did Dennis Rodman things. He probably ran out of money at some point because all athletes do. And then he went to North Korea. Like, that's awesome. Nobody else from America is really allowed there. But you know what? Dennis Rodman is, because he is like that person. He's allowed to go to an eccentric place and be an ambassador for America. Dale Earnhardt, that's not a good movie. There's nothing. He doesn't come from a bad family. He doesn't do anything. All he does is turn left. Sometimes right, because there's road courses, in case somebody fucking wants to fact check me on that. And ultimately, the movie ends with a wall, and nobody wants a wall in their movie because he turned right at the wrong time. There's nothing crazy about his life. His legacy is already there. There's nothing new you're going to learn about that. Mike Tyson, he's just a boxer. The boxing movies are come and go. You always have Rocky, you have Ali, a $1 Million Baby. I think it's an overused sort of style. Mike Tyson, it's hard to make him not a meme anymore, because that's basically what he's become, and I think that would ruin his legacy and the movie in general. I just don't think his life is that interesting. Half of his story is going to be him in jail, and nobody just... So I'm not going to watch a jail boxing movie. It's fucking weird. So I just think Dennis Rodman of these three is the athlete that deserves a biopic. His life's just way more interesting, and he's a different sort of athlete even in his sport.
All right, Chris.
See, Rainer keeps saying how Dennis Rodman's life is so much more interesting than all these other fucking people. But you didn't give that to me in any of your argument or your closing. You just told me how he's fucking weird and he played basketball and then he stopped playing basketball and went to Korea. Whereas, Mike Tyson had a fucking rough life And yeah, he's a fucking meme, but he's also a fucking person behind that meme, and that's what this movie will display. It'll show, like, the inner struggle of how he, like, pretty much raised himself, became, like, the youngest heavyweight fucking champion, and how just going from nothing to being, like, the world's most famous and powerful fucking person just warps his fucking mind, and also, like, but people fundamentally also don't change. He's always been the person he is. And it's just, this movie is going to show so many fucking levels to this person that everyone thinks is as a fucking joke, when really it's just a fucking tragic story. He's just a fucking tragic person. Fucking, your movie is just going to be fucking boring. I'm sorry, but like NASCAR, like,
It's not.
is it going to, like, start with, like, him, like, learning the fucking drive? Like, it's I don't know what the fuck your movie is going to be, but I can tell you black people aren't going to see it. Hey, this is my closing, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
Whenever you're finished, I'm sorry.
But, like, with the Mike Tyson movie, like, I think it'll just be a good fucking, like, it'll function as a sports movie. It'll function as an underdog story. It'll function as somebody's, like, rise to fame and their, like, fucking fall. And it'll function as an excellent fucking character study of somebody who we all fucking know as not being fully mentally stable, but, like, what got him to that point? Why is he that person? Like, I think that would be an interesting story, and I'd like to see it.
All right, Corey.
For Dale,
Sorry.
yeah, that's fine. That was a good one. For Dale Earnhardt's story, yeah, it would start out with him being like that, because I think it was a kart racer. Like, I think they bred him into being, like, the best racer that he could possibly be. He was kind of dirty in the way he did kind of stuff, like the racer, like the racing. Shit, I'm not even that drunk yet either. I just can't even think because I don't really know anything about Dale Earnhardt. But I don't think they're. I don't really think either of your movies, for one, any kind of a movie about Dennis Rodman would. I don't really care about it, and right now, with all the Me Too movements and stuff, like, I don't think anybody's gonna make a movie about a rapist. Like, they're just not. Whether it be interesting or not, it's not gonna happen. Mine would actually be more interesting, like showing how he was raised, how his dad probably, like, taught him to be an asshole, and how he became the Intimidator. Mine has the best name. You guys didn't even have names for your movies. The Intimidator is awesome, with, like, big number 3 coming. It'd be like Days of Thunder. And that was the guy's name. You stick a mustache right on there or something too. It'd be awesome.
Actually, picture that.
But you could also show him how he raised his kid, Dale Earnhardt Jr., which still races. He's not as good as his dad, but, you know, that'd be kind of cool. And then at the end, you know, obviously dies instantly from hitting the wall with his car because he was too much of a dickhead to wear that neck fucking brace that everybody has to wear in racing now. So it'd be like a public service announcement too, that wear that fucking neck brace when you're,
For the
when you're
public,
driving
when we're
at
racing
200
for it.
fucking miles an hour. And
That raises-
stop being a dick. They could change the name of the movie to Stop Being a Dick.
That raises a point to mine, but it's over, so I can't say it.
Dale Earnhardt
So-
Jr. doesn't race anymore. Just so you know, he retired because of head injuries.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I,
it makes sense.
I'm not saying you're out of it, Corey, but you, in your closing, I feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. would have been a better pick.
Possibly.
When you said that, it'd be kind of a 2-for-1, and then
Yeah.
you'd see like the fallout of his dad's death, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. I get it. This was really on a whim. I mean, I used to pick these things out of my house. And my first 2 picks, which were Dennis Rodman and Mike Tyson, were already picked. So,
Dennis Rodman, I think, would have the most interesting scenes, but getting it together in a movie, like, you were kind of all over the place with your points on Dennis Rodman.
I didn't research it. I just picked ones I
And-
knew. That's all I did.
And so to me,
Everybody's on my
it's-
level this week.
It's between Dale Earnhardt and Mike Tyson. And I just feel like honestly, I was on Mike Tyson's side until the very closing.
I thought I did a good job. Close.
You did a great job. But I think Corey sold me on it, and like watching his life unfold from being a kid who was just pretty much forced to race to becoming like one of the best,
Not the best. I'm sorry.
and then a tragic end, and seeing
It would be a movie from start to end, like be a full movie.
and also like
Chase scenes.
I like the idea of the Mike
did you just
Tyson.
say
Car
chase
chase
Scenes?
Car chase scenes in NASCAR. Yes.
I like the idea
I can
of
defend that a little.
Mike Tyson being like the antagonist. Well, like he would be the protagonist, but he'd be like the bad guy. I like that idea, but again, I just feel like there's more of a cohesive story with the Dale Earnhardt pitch than with the other two.
I actually get a point.
You got a point, Corey.
Okay, now
I wish. All right,
The only one for the night.
Afterwards, as he was closing, I wish I would have thought that said like, and your guy dies at the end. Everybody knows the end of that movie. That's boring.
Well, I mean, people watch Titanic.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Titanic though.
Dude, it's great. Once the boat starts sinking, it's amazing. It's like one of the coolest like horror sort of style movies.
I think Titanic is a legitimately good movie, not a great movie.
Dude, there's a scene
I could
where,
never
like,
think
this
about
guy falls
anything.
off the boat.
That's what I was saying. And
there's
that
a
ping.
there's a propeller,
Yes.
and it pings, and then his body CGI spins
Yes.
as it should, and it's just,
Yeah.
you're just like, holy fuck, that's actually
I
really
remember,
good.
but it was hilarious for some reason.
No, the
It
hilarious
just
ones
didn't
where
really
the
fit
where the
into
post falls on
movie.
that dude. That's fucking hilarious.
It was also the one that made them amend the MPAA to where if you show one nipple, you can still be PG-13. If you show
Did she
two,
only show one in that?
yeah. If you show two,
CLTS?
you have to be
Is
R.
that right?
What?
Huh?
CLT and then S
What are you saying?
to give him a point.
No, go to
Yes, put.
Well, I
the
did
document.
that. And he's
Damn,
3.
dude, we lost a quarter.
Yeah.
I put 1.
I know.
Control S.
Look at that party I keep hearing outside with all the fucking crackheads.
We can go there later.
Yeah, or you could just click file save.
Yeah. I just think Control S is easier.
It
Okay,
is.
it worked that time.
There you go.
I was pushing the wrong button.
Well, that's cool. Is that like a notepad in here? I've never seen that. That's cool.
So the next question
Fucking shit, dude.
is Chris's. Who's the best movie coach?
Is it too late to change my answer? Because I thought of a better one.
Well, I mean,
I went with Gordon Bombay, but I know a better coach.
Well, let's hope neither of them picked it.
Yeah.
If
What
neither
did
of them
I
picked
do?
it, can I change it? No, I'll argue Gordon Bombay.
Okay.
After they state their shit, though, I want to.
Corey.
Oh, okay.
Tell
I picked Danny O'Shea from Little Giants. It was played by Rick
So
Moranis.
it's like almost the same.
Back in the day, he was a great coach.
All right, Rainer.
I picked an actual coach that's in a movie. His name's Norman Dale from Hoosiers. One of the most uplifting and inspirational movies of all time.
All right,
I
so
don't know
before-
what that is.
We did have a little bit of social, actually. It's all from beverage.
Oh,
who?
Michael Beveridge, our friend.
Coors Light,
Yeah.
new sponsor.
He said the Damon Sheehy Giuseppe biopic is going to be great. It's that one coming out where they make the Ford to rival Ferrari.
Oh yeah, that would be
Okay.
great. That would be
Um, he said this already has the potential to be your best episode yet. This is basically first take on ESPN with alcohol.
It is. It really.
good. It is
kinda
sports
is.
fighting from 30 Rock. If anybody ever watched 30 Rock,
I have.
you know sports fighting is like Sports Center only, or sports yelling. I think.
Yeah.
So they just
And-
yell at each other about
And he
sports.
said something wonderful that I didn't read until now. They could do a Deadpool. I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess style opening as he approaches the wall.
So Bedouin's got the point. Add another little thing there and take mine off.
And Mike Tyson, quote unquote, "I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot." That's what he said.
Oh God.
So yeah,
That's good.
it's
That's
probably,
way better than I'll
So-
fuck you in the ass.
I mean, he also said I'll fuck you in the ass. But
So
that's
go.
just a continuation
Yeah.
of his
All right, so
I'll fuck you in the
talking
ass.
about
okay,
something.
so coaches.
Coaches.
So,
Wait, hold on, time out. Before you do that, the correct answer to this, we did not pick, I cannot think of the character's name, but Keanu Reeves in Hardball.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
that's
good
the
one.
correct answer.
That's
I
a
just thought of it, I was
fucking
like, son of a
great movie,
bitch.
too. But anyway, mine's the best coach because he's real. He actually was a coach. He's played by Gene Hackman, an all-time great actor.
Time out.
No.
Was the question not written down as best fictional
No,
coach?
just said best coach in a movie.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I think
So no matter
I was
what happens,
positive. One of those questions has the word fictional in it.
that's athlete.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
So best coach is totally
this
Norman
guy, down on
Dale
the
from
page.
Hoosiers, because I don't know if you know anything about basketball. Well,
I don't know, 'cause fuck that
in
movie,
different
fuck Indiana.
in different states like Indiana,
One cool
here's
thing came from Indiana.
the fucking movie Hoosiers.
no,
Okay,
his name is
so-
Kurt fucking Vonnegut.
So we're talking about Hoosiers, and the coach Norman Dale, played by Gene Hackman. He led his small ass school, and I'm telling you, I think Hickory High probably had like 100 students, if that, and led them to a state title. And now what's cool about this story is they don't have classes like we have single A, triple A. Everybody in Indiana, up until a couple years ago, played everybody in the tournament. There was only one champion. So this small ass school, Hickory High, beat teams from Indianapolis, from Champaign, from all these major cities with, actual like programs that they have. And he led the small fucking school to a state
But
championship, and one of the most inspirational movies of all time, because it shows you that no matter how small and little you are, if you have a good coach and a good mindset, you will fucking be the best.
That sounds
that's-
like the
that-
plot of the first Mighty Ducks movie,
It,
which is
it sounds
a
like
more
mine, too,
inspirational
actually.
fucking movie.
No, Mighty Ducks isn't that inspirational. There's a bunch of
Bullshit.
little, kids that are good at hockey. They're playing. They're little kids.
no, they're
And
bad at
it's like
hockey.
you-
Little
Little kids suck at sports. There's always just like a
they're
team that's
fucking bad at
okay.
hockey. They don't even have a fucking team name when that fucking movie starts.
Mine's
They're
the same
fucking
way.
District 3 or
Mine's like the
District
little
5.
brother, the little dorky brother that has to fight Ed fucking O'Neill that was on Married with Children. He's the asshole older brother that's the coach of the good team. So his little brother that's always got picked on gets all the fucking rejects. And Rick Moranis being a fucking coach. Rick Moranis.
He's not even a
Come
coach
on.
in the movie. He just
He
kind of
is the
babysits
coach.
them.
He is
doesn't
the
make
coach
any
in that
plays.
movie.
The biggest play
He's
that
the
is the
coach of their
annexation
team.
of Puerto Rico, and that's
And
made by the
they
kids.
have
They
all-
didn't coach
they
that.
have
So
all,
like the
they
main
have
thing that
all
makes
the
him win
rejects.
is not the coach.
That did not get.
He's
like,
not
they weren't
coaching them,
able to
though.
get
As a
on that
coach-
team.
as a coach,
and
he's
they
not
end up
coaching.
winning. And his
I don't know
daughter,
what to
which
say
is
anymore because I've
also,
only seen the remake.
it's also.
Remake?
There's not a
Sure.
remake of that.
No, there's no little
There's
Giants.
no.
No, I'm thinking Bad News Bears.
No, this is
Little Giants, but also
News Bears is
his
pretty good. It's pretty
the uncle, the brother, would not let his daughter play on the team because she's a girl, but she wanted to play fucking Icebox. She was badass.
What was that
She beat those
soccer
kids'
movie?
asses,
Big Green.
and that would really
And
be
Kicking
like,
Extreme.
especially these days too.
It's the same movie.
People would
But I don't
want
think.
that
But
shit.
again, it's best coach. He's not coaching. Like
But
I
he
don't see
did-
him doing any
he
drills.
was obviously
just
the
kinda
best
like
coach
there.
because his team won
No,
at
he's
the
like,
end.
He's
He
like
beat his
he's,
brother.
he's just the dad that has to like nobody wants to coach the YMC soccer team, so he has to
Right,
kind of
so-
be there.
so he made-
That's not
he
coaching.
made the
It's
shittiest
go
team-
fucking play football, throw the football.
He
Oh,
made
it's
the
not coaching.
shittiest team beat the best
Gordon
team.
Bombay is way better too. Like
He's
Gordon,
a
because
drunk!
Gordon
That's-
Bombay,
that's
but
the only
he
way-
knows hockey. He knows what he's doing.
He was a
And-
drunk and he quit drinking because of a court
He
order.
had to.
But I don't think
had
he's a
to
good coach. He
that
lucked
fucking
lucked
team.
into some good players.
No,
that
he
could do.
fucking did not. He really did not. They all fucking.
And
suck.
honestly, I think the
most
best coach-
of them, if you start from D3 or not,
The
D3,
best coach
You
is-
start with the first one. Half those kids can't even fucking skate, and he took them from not being able to skate to winning the fucking championship.
Just like any, but that doesn't mean.
What did your
anything.
guy
That's-
do to coach though?
To coach, he was the basketball coach. He taught them how to rebound, play the game,
Well,
run plays,
I
how to
mean,
dribble, how to
with-
make
with
shots, how to
O'Shea,
get open,
with-
set
with
picks.
Rick
He's an
Moranis,
actual
he
coach.
taught kids that don't
He's an
even know how to
actual coach.
play. I mean, they had that goofy looking
But see,
kid with
this guy,
glasses.
they might not
Taught
know
him
how to play, but
catch a fucking ball.
they're just kids from a fucking farm school with 100 kids instead of going up against kids from like 2,000. There's a bigger
I mean, mine
pool.
was-
So basically basically means that if there was 15 kids at the school that were like somewhat athletic, they got put on this team because there's nothing else
every
to do.
kid on the team except for Icebox and Devin Sawa, he was also in that movie. For some reason, he got put on that team, I think. But
That's all it was.
they were the only two that were athletic on that team. The other ones were complete nerds, and he coached them
He doesn't
goddamn
coach,
well enough.
He doesn't coach.
to
He
beat his brother.
babysits. He just babysits. If we're talking
So
about coaching,
they just figured it out themselves. then?
I mean, they kind of did. They ran their own play. The play that wins them the game isn't even brought up by the coach. It's brought by the players. That's not coaching. That's them learning
that's
the
true.
game
That's
themselves.
true. At least fucking Gordon Bombay did teach fucking Charlie Conway the fucking Triple D.
Yeah,
Bombay was
and the fucking,
Yeah, yeah.
he's an actual coach. Rick Moranis in that movie's not a coach. He's just kind of
he was
there.
the coach
He's
of
there
their
trying. He
team.
doesn't even care about his team winning. He wants to beat his brother. So I honestly
But
don't
he's
think
still- he
that
was- he
he's
coached
coaching
that
the
team.
kids. They're just kind of his like. It's
With-
like
with Gordon
growing
Bom-
up as your child.
I know
or
we're
whatever
just
that's
talking about
called.
one movie, but if we were talking about a character, Gordon Bombay, I mean, again,
We're not talking about
he-
one movie. We're talking about
Okay,
best
so-
fucking coach.
He wasn't the best coach, though.
But he is, though.
He went off and, like, screwed his team over when they were in the fucking Olympics the next year, and he's like, I'm gonna go fuck this Icelandic girl, because I'm a piece of shit.
He had ice cream with somebody. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's-
if coaches want to win, they don't go have ice cream with
But he
people,
didn't.
Chris.
That's when
they
their
were
team,
focused
that's when
on
their
watching
team
game
started
film.
fucking up.
They're
Because
learning
he was,
how to
he was
beat the opponent.
colluding with the rival team. He was a dick.
That's not collusion.
He didn't even care about
And
these
honestly,
kids.
in the Mighty Ducks, I think the best coach is the old guy that dies. I think that's who really inspires the team and the coach himself.
Probably. He's better
So I
than
think that's a
Bombay.
better coach because he's inspiring the coach. Coach
Your
is
guy,
just,
I don't
again,
know- I
living
don't
his
know who
dream.
Barnes was not a coach.
coach.
He was Gordon Bombay's coach.
He was grown up.
Gordon Bombay's coach was his father.
But
That too, but the old
Do
guy
not
too.
debate me on some Mighty Duck shit. I know that shit.
I just don't
Gordon
think
Bombay's
Gordon,
coach was his
Gordon
father.
Bombay's just not a good coach. He sent him to some fucking
He knew Hans
JUCO
because
private
Hans
school. I don't
fucking,
even think
like Hans
he was their
ran a
coach
fucking
there
shop.
for a long time when they were at the D3.
I
public
still
private
think,
boarding
like they
school.
kind of were a hockey team already, and they put him on the probation thing for drunk driving.
Yeah, but they fucking sucked at hockey.
To make those kids better, but they were already a team. Like with my movie, he wasn't a fucking coach. His brother always had been. He wasn't good at sports. He got the misfit team that didn't know how to play sports at all, and then they beat that other fucking team. Yours were the misfit team, but they were already a team. They got it.
And they were
So
not.
you're
I don't even know what the fuck you're
just
talking
because they
about.
have like a couple of them can't skate doesn't mean anything. It's like in most sports, if you have one good player, you can do that. And
No.
throughout, he got lucky by getting the Bash Brothers, and then he got that.
The
he
Bash
got-
Brothers
he-
don't come into play until the second movie.
But you said
They
we're
were
bringing
the
up all
first.
movies, and you
No, they
said
were
he's the
the
coach.
second. You're right,
He's the
you're
coach in all movies. So you get the Bash Brothers, so that just helps you as a coach. Doesn't make you a better coach.
He's only
And then you
coached the
get
first 2
Cat.
movies.
You get Cat.
But he
too, see?
couldn't
and then
even
he's
do
not
that.
even
if you
a
were
coach.
bringing- if
He
you were
doesn't
bringing
even
the second movie,
He doesn't
if you were
even
bringing the second
continue.
movie.
He doesn't even continue as their coach. So he abandons his kids.
No,
He
no,
abandons his
because he
kids.
got his kids fucking scholarships to a fucking prestigious fucking school so they can get an education.
Yeah, and then they
not
had to
have
make
fucking
their
focus
they had to
on
make
hockey.
their own team. And why couldn't he just come coach? Why do they have to have some other person coach? If he's a good enough coach, why can't he coach at a JV fucking private boarding school?
because he was drunk.
Because at that point he went back to the major leagues.
He's too old to go back to the major leagues.
Probably not in hockey,
Yeah,
honestly.
pretty much. I mean, depends on what
Probably
you play.
not.
But see, he's not
At
good
the,
enough.
at the, at
If
the,
he's a
at
good
the end of
coach,
G2, he goes back to play minor league.
if he's a good coach, then
And
it's
then he gets
minor league
recruited to
hockey.
fucking major league.
He can totally, and it's called National Hockey League, not Major League
Or whatever.
So what if he sends his kids to the school and they have to make their own team to become varsity because you can't just play JV and somehow JV can beat varsity, become varsity, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Why can't he coach them if he's such a good enough coach? He obviously can make them beat
Because he's
whoever
a professional
the
hockey
fucking-
player at that point.
Whoever the
He's
team
not
is,
fucking
a bad
teacher.
team, and the first one is from Minnesota, and then beat Iceland, and Iceland's not even good at hockey, so like they're not even playing anybody good because it's green in Iceland. They don't even they fucking play soccer now. I've never seen Iceland at the Olympics playing hockey, so that's not even a really good team that he's beating, in my opinion. My guy actually took a team and
What
beat
did your guy
real
do? I was gonna ask
teams
you that.
from great programs from nowhere. It'd be like fucking Fairland playing a team in Columbus
What-
that's been a basketball factory for years.
What
or
movie are you
like
talking
playing
about again?
Hoosiers.
No, that is the same stage.
What movie are you talking about?
Hoosiers. It's a basketball movie about Hickory High and how they won a state championship
Sounds
as a small
awful.
school. It's one of the most inspirational movies of all time. It also has Gene Hackman. It's got an all-star
Okay, so
cast.
if you
I
want
can't
to
think
bring
of
up
anybody.
D2, All right, so he has his team.
And they're already
from-
good.
He has his
Yeah,
team from the
they're-
first movie.
by that-
Shut the fuck up.
And
He
then
has
he
his
gets
team from the
Kenan
first
Thompson
movie.
playing fucking knuckle
And he
puck
has to
shit.
combine them with
Right.
these other fucking
With the
ringers.
kid from all that.
Yeah, ringers. That's so easy to do as a coach. I got
Okay,
good players.
Roll this into your closing.
So he. All right. So to do that, I'm gonna have to back fully up and briefly run through all 3 movies. So Gordon Bombay is the best coach because he takes these misfit kids who are fucking terrible at hockey and teaches them not only to be better at hockey, but that just believing in themselves and just trying is good enough. That's all he wants out of them in that first movie. He's not like, we gotta win. He's just like, you guys deserve to have a fucking name. You deserve to have an identity. He gives them the fucking mantle of the Ducks. Before that, they're just District 5. They don't even have fucking cohesive uniforms. They're wearing like sweatshirts and like random shit. He takes these kids and it's pretty much like, you're important. Jump to the second movie where it's the same group of kids and then also these other kids are introduced into it. And he has to teach them how to be a fully functional unit at this point. And he takes these kids and he teaches them how to play together, play actual hockey. They're not children anymore. Well, I mean, they still are kids, but they're not like little kids anymore. Teaches them how to play fucking actual hockey. Teaches them well enough to the point that like Charlie Conway is like, yo, I'm going to step out of this because like for the betterment of the team, I'm going to back out because there's too many people on the roster. Put this kid in. We can do this. Like, we've got this. We can be fucking champions. They sing around the fucking bonfire that they are goddamn champions because they win the fucking goddamn Junior Goodwill Games, which is more or less Little Kid Olympics. Third movie, yeah, he is not the coach in that movie because he, went back to playing professional fucking hockey and also wanted to teach his kids that he's fucking taught hockey for years, that hockey's not the only thing in life. There's also the benefits of getting a good education, which is what he hands to those children. He's like, you can do more than just this in life, like, and that's what I think a good coach is. It's not just about that sport. It's about teaching your players to be fundamentally better people, not just at their sport, but in life. And like Gordon Bombay does that every fucking step of the way. He takes Charlie out like halfway through the third movie, and he's like, "Why are you being a fucking dick, dude? Like, just because I'm not your fucking coach anymore, like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He can like fucking like listen to this dude. He's fucking got the answers, Charlie. Stop being an asshole." Takes Charlie to watch the dude fucking skate around with his fucking daughter in the wheelchair, and Charlie's like, "Oh yeah, I've been a fucking dick." Because like, Bombay is that dude. Yeah, he had ice cream with a fucking lady. That doesn't make him a bad fucking coach. Like, his players overreacted, and it was like 2 fucking players, the most fucking juvenile delinquent of the fucking players on the team, see that, and they're like fucking 15, and they're like, "Oh, he's like," no, like, that doesn't make him a fucking bad coach. And he also was like, you know what? If this is really bothering you, I will not see this lady anymore. And they still fucking won because Bombay is that dude. Like, your dude, yeah, he's a real guy, and he won one championship, I guess, as you explained. Like, I don't know if he continued to drive that school all the fucking way, but, like, the way you explained it, he won one championship where Bombay has at least 2 in the movies. And, your guy, as Rainer mentioned earlier, like, yeah, it seemed like he's more interested in beating his brother than, like, actually being a coach. It seems like something that, like, started for selfish reasons, and like, I'm not super familiar with the movie, so I'm basing a lot of this on like Rainer's counterpoints towards you. But it seems more like the kids like kind of like took it upon themselves to not suck at baseball. I don't see
It was football.
football, whatever. Like, I keep thinking you're talking about the fucking
That
Bad
Not
News
the
Bears.
Sandlot or Bad News Bears or anything like that.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm done. I don't.
All right, Corey.
I'm trying to go smoke some weed.
I think Rick Moranis was a better coach because he, it was Danny O'Shea, I believe it was his name, went up against his brother. It was always like the star athlete, always picked it on him as a kid, And the fact that his older brother ran the football team and made his own niece, which was Danny O'Shea's daughter, not like she's not allowed to play football, even though that's all she wants to do. That's why he started the team. He's like a nerd. He's like, so we'll get these other nerds that don't know how to play football, and we'll teach them how to play football. And they did. And he let his daughter play on the team because her creepy uncle, Ed O'Neill, from fucking Married with Children, at the era that was still out, which was also creepy when he, after watching that show and stuff, it's like giving your niece a cheerleading outfit and being like, you can cheerlead. I love you, you're pretty. But it's like, oh, that's creepy as shit. But she wants to fucking play football. And she does that shit in a skirt. She was cheerleading the last thing in that movie is she wasn't allowed to cheerlead, and she skips teams from being a cheerleader from her uncle's team to her dad's, and she helps win that fucking game because her dad coached that team the best out of people that didn't know how to play football at all. And it was fantastic. It was a great movie. It was.
Okay.
I mean, you sold me on Devin Sawa.
So Norman Dale is definitely the best coach out of these two. I'll go ahead and just bash the couple here. First off, Chris stole all my points with the he's trying to just be his brother. My main point, though, is he doesn't really ever coach the kids. He's kind of just there watching them learn themselves. I brought it up numerous times. They went off a play that they make up on their own. There's nothing the coach does. He's trying to be selfish. He's like, I'm a nerd, I'm going to bring other nerds. That's pretty selfish. I don't think he knows anything about football, so he's not a good coach. They're not learning any fundamentals. They're pretty much just using their own heart and will to do that. And that goes into Gordon Bombay, too, and he even brought it up that he's just trying to inspire these kids to do what they can. And Charlie takes himself out to have a better player. That's not a coach's decision. That's a player's decision. And that has nothing to do with coaching. In a lot of circumstances, a lot of players just know that because they like to win, not because the coaches taught them stuff. You also brought up life lessons, and coaches teach you that. Well, that's what sports kind of do in general. They teach you that it's not just about you, it's about a team. And one person messing up, that might screw up the whole thing, but it doesn't screw up everything because there's so much you have to be good at, and you have to balance the bad and the good as yourself and as a team. Not everybody's going to be perfect, and that's why Norman Dale is a better coach and the best coach from movies, because he took a ragtag small school and beat basically the entire state of Indiana with 100 people to pick from, and half of those are probably women in the high school, because schools... So you have 15 kids. The odds of them all being good athletes is not good. Your team Gordon Bombay ended up getting good players. Norman Dale is just a good coach. He fundamentally taught them how to play. He taught them that, a good life lesson is no matter how small you are, no matter how big an underdog you are, you can beat anybody if you put your mind to it. If you take what I've coached and put it into practice as a coach wants you to do, you will win. I know sometimes you do have to impromptu and improvise your game plans and stuff, but that's what coaches do, and that's what he does in a couple games. He has to change his whole strategy just so they can win the game, not just like do some little gimmick thing like the flying V or the fucking annexation of Puerto Rico. He uses actual coaching skills to be a good coach. So Norman Dale from Hoosiers, one of the most inspirational movies. It's a great coach, real guy.
I don't know.
If you ever talk shit about Flying V again, I will fucking kill you.
I had to talk shit about
There's
Seinfeld
like
that
two
one
things
time.
I wish Chris would have said to make this a much easier decision. Like, they had one good player,
They do.
and they picked Fulton Reed off the fucking street.
Yeah. Who did not know how to skate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't get good players until the second movie.
He wasn't
I know,
really
that's what I was bringing up. He ended up getting good players.
and he also wasn't really a good coach. I mean, he couldn't even keep the Bash brothers in line.
This is...
Sorry.
I do feel like the kids were better coaches than Rick Moranis. They kind of just coached themselves collectively through that movie, and that was brought up.
No.
So it is between Bombay and Hoosiers guy.
Hoosiers guy?
Pretty high represent.
I feel like...
I mean, I doubt you want input from me, but if you give it to
No,
me,
no,
I'm
no.
gonna be mad.
Yeah, I feel like Rainer, you didn't make a lot of great points until the closing, but then I feel like that's where your strength lied. Like you got to just say everything all at once, uninterrupted and unbroken, and it pulled everything else you had said together. And so I'm gonna give the point to Rainer by a hair.
I should have picked fucking Jackie Moon.
Dude, you said you wanted to pick like 3 different coaches, so obviously yours wasn't the best.
I didn't really know any other coaches to pick, and that's just a
Chris.
movie that popped into
Here's
my
yours, by
mind.
the way.
Do you care if I get one?
Sure.
I can.
Does anybody see like an
I
elephant
can
ring
run
anywhere?
and get a car or
Elephant
get some
ring?
Yeah,
after the debate.
I don't-
If we
I had another ring on my hand
Run out
that I
and want a
realized
drink.
like 5 minutes ago I was not wearing.
What you looking for?
There's an elephant ring somewhere.
Oh, right here.
Okay, cool.
Do you need it?
Yeah, I just want to put it back on so I'm supposed to.
I kind of assumed 5 minutes ago
it though.
that it was
is your
over there
charger
for
down
6
here?
seconds ago.
Mine? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use it.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're putting it back on, like, don't punch me.
You might have to plug it in a couple of times to see how long it says it'll take it to charge.
But like, punch him.
We might get
No,
more views.
Bombay was.
It says fast
Fucking
charging,
man.
so
I wish I would have gone with like fucking. I
Keanu
can't even
Reeves.
remember. Yeah, I can't even remember his character's name, but like. God, I just want to watch Hardball now. I guess it's really Travers debate.
What is the next question? I guess we're waiting.
Alright, I'm ready.
It's whatever you pick.
Alright, Beverage said some other stuff. I'm trying to find my fucking.
Is that what keeps going off on your phone?
No, that's people.
Dude, he was right. This is like First Take. I don't know if you ever watched that, but it's crazy.
He just said best coach is Patches O'Houlihan for dodgeball.
Yeah, that would have been.
Oh, that's a
that
great
would have been a
one.
good one for me.
He just died too. Rest in peace.
Dodge a
And,
wrench, you
uh,
can dodge a ball.
He said ice cream with the enemy.
A little ice cream with the enemy. Oh, coach. I
So
forget nobody else ever listens to that band.
What band? That sounds awesome.
Feeling a
There's
cigarette.
a hardcore punk band called Knuckle Puck, not E Pop.
Looking right
Not the
I
not
heard
the
that.
actual knuckle.
But there's a hardcore punk band named Knuckle Puck. They're fucking fantastic.
a lot.
Howdy.
Still thinking?
Yeah, we kind of got a late start,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it changed from
It
sports to
changed
sports
a lot.
movies
And it's real weird.
because we had no like. It was like we had 10 minutes to prepare.
Okay.
Get out of the way, Luke.
The next one, Corey's question. Best fictional athlete.
Well, if not a NASCAR, I think.
Of course
You
you did.
think?
Yeah, I think. I'm gonna double check.
I think you went all NASCAR. It's
No, I was
the only
thinking-
names you can think of.
Honestly, I don't even watch NASCAR, but yeah, I did. I went with Ricky Bobby.
Oh no.
Best athlete.
Okay, I went with the highly well-known. I had to look up his name, Henry Rowengartner from the movie Rookie of the Year.
See, I didn't even have to say my movie. Everybody knows who Ricky Bobby is.
Alright, Chris.
He's googling right now.
Yeah, he's the Wikipedia page.
Oh, my caps lock's on. Rookie of the year. That's a deep cut right there. Coach.
Yeah, it kind of is. I didn't even go
Told
there.
ya.
Guy from American Pie.
I went with the on-court talent of the Flint Tropics, Clarence Withers, aka Coffee Black, aka Downtown Funky Stuff
Oh,
Balloon,
God.
aka Sugar Dunkerton, aka Jumping Johnny Johnson.
I wish you would have gone with the Will Ferrell character, so you had
What
to
is
battle to.
what is that movie? Like, what's that
That would've
character
been good.
from?
From
Semi.
Semi-Pro.
Oh,
Okay, first
is that
off,
Andre 3000?
Yeah.
Okay.
so everybody on that team is fucking garbage. The
That
Flint
movie was
Tropics.
garbage. For one
Except for Coffee Black.
No, the
who
best-
went to the NBA following
The
that
best
movie.
athlete in that fucking movie is Justin Long as the drunk homeless guy who makes the like half the long full court shot. Because that's way harder than anything you can do on a basketball court. So first off, I don't care about Andre 3000. That's not even fair. as an athlete for the Flint Tropics, I'd be the best fucking athlete on the Flint Tropics. Corey would be
But
too.
the thing is not it's not comparison just to his team. He was like fucking like
Dude, okay, Henry
No. Henry
drafted
had
into
like
the
a fucking
Henry
thing that he
Henry
fucked up his elbow.
Rowan had a special elastic elbow which made him throw a baseball more
Right.
than 100 miles an hour. Now, I don't care if you're athletic or not. That's a fucking feat, and that's an athlete and a weapon on the fucking baseball
But when
field.
it fixed itself at the end, he
And you know
popped up
what?
and couldn't throw.
No, and you know what he did, as any sportman should do if they're hurt or they're
He acted like a bitch.
No, you don't act like a bitch. You improvise and you win the game, and that's what great athletes do. And that's
bullshit.
exactly what he did.
And that's nothing that would have happened in real life.
Yes, it is. It happens all the time. Hidden ball tricks happen all the time.
Ricky Bobby
Throwing
had a
50 mile
mental
an hour.
breakdown. He was on fire for a while. He thought he was. He stabbed himself in the leg, and he still beat that guy. Like at the end, still beat him on foot. They both wrecked.
No, he's not even.
Actually,
not even a good
they-
race
they-
car
they-
driver.
neither of those two people even fucking won that race.
Yeah.
Robert Jr.
Yeah, nobody-
Cal-
nobody.
They
whatever the
did
fuck
because they
Cal-
ran on foot and they
fucking-
won. And that's not what we're talking
He's a
about.
baseball player.
I know you're
We're not talking about who
Cal
won the
fucking
race.
Jr.
We're talking about who's the better athlete. That one. The one that wants to fucking finish the race
Dude,
regardless.
there's no way a guy that eats fucking and thanks KFC, Taco Bell, Mountain Dew is a fucking phenomenal athlete.
He obviously
That's
was.
awful. No, he's not. He's
He won the
driving in a
race.
car. I think he's more autistic than athletic, to be honest.
You know
It's
how-
so
you know
bad.
how
He's like, I go fast. Well, I'll go left turn.
Yeah,
I'll
you know-
fucking you for life.
Have you
Just
ever-
one track mind. There's no
Have you
athlete.
ever talked to like?
There's no
I haven't
athlete
talked to
now.
anybody personally, but I've seen stuff about NASCAR. It's a really physical sport.
They
You have
are
to
really
actually be
physical,
really
but-
in shape to do that shit.
But if you're
It's
just crashing
really hard
cars
to
and
do it.
going fast, you're not athletic.
When you
don't
crash
give
a car,
shit.
it goes, it tumbles.
You
like
also-
14 times, and you get out of it and still run
Also,
the rest of it.
if
Fuck that.
Ricky Bobby also has the privilege of having a great race team, which can build great engines,
Sure,
and they never
that's in
blow
NASCAR.
up, and that basically means that he's going to win. It's not some fucking loser's going to
Cal
come
Naughton
from.
Jr.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
They're not going to win. They're going to have the best car, and they're going to win. It doesn't matter if you're a great driver. If you have the best car, I mean, you have to be a
actually,
pro.
keep
it's
them
actually
the same.
it's actually like completely arguable that Cal is a better fucking driver than Ricky is.
Yeah, because he
never
actually
takes
never
the chance to fucking
he never
win.
he never wants
he sets
to win.
Ricky up to win over and over and over.
Now, if you're
Ricky's
athlete-
not
Yeah,
that
he
great.
did.
With your
At the
athlete-
first part of the movie, but
No,
then when
but
it comes back,
There's multiple fucking times throughout
No,
that
no.
movie they refer to him slingshotting and the whole shaky
in the
bake shit.
beginning, because they were in like that NASCAR business. Where
Yeah, and
people
in
was
the-
debate-
in the
at
end, Ricky
when he
doesn't
makes-
fucking win.
When he makes his own car, he does fucking win.
No, he doesn't. He wrecks his car and gets out of the car and fucking runs, which is completely
Bro,
illegal. And he is disqualified from the race. He does not win.
He still
Very
won.
true.
Cal Naughton Jr.
But-
wins that
But we're
race.
talking about best athlete.
But
right?
now your best athlete, I feel like it's been a long
So I
time
think
since
if you
I've
can
seen
get out of a
Semi-Pro,
wrecked
and
car
it
and
fucking
run like
sucks.
100 more yards,
So
that's a
goes
pretty
back.
good fucking athlete.
I feel like they just found Andre 3000, aka a black guy, and made him play basketball. And they're just
Maybe.
like, "You're better than me. I'm Will Ferrell. I'm
Plus, that
fucking
movie
Woody
sucked.
Harrelson playing basketball."
Either
Like,
way, that movie. The point is that movie good or is it bad? The question is
But he-
best
Who's
fictional
the
athlete.
best athlete?
He went from a fucking minor league team that was being folded under to being drafted into the NBA.
Well, doesn't mean he's a better athlete than Ricky Bobby or anything.
I think
Anybody
Ricky-
can get a chance. I mean, my kid was in the outfield and threw
Who
a
did you
baseball
pick
bat.
again? Oh, yeah,
Henry
that guy.
Rowan.
He just had that elastic
He had a
arm.
fucking. They hit a home run. And they were like, throw it back. He's like, oh no. And they said, throw it back. And he fucking cocks it
went
400 feet to home plate
Yeah,
right
made
there.
that sound.
And that guy's out because technically, I guess you could be out if the baseball fucking hits you.
See, I don't even
when
know
you're running
if
the
that
bases.
makes
I don't even
sense.
know how to argue that because that's not he's not necessarily.
But then he
an
takes
athlete.
he
He's
takes
not
the
baseball,
Chicago
so some
Cubs to
fucking
the World
accident.
Series. The Chicago Cubs haven't been in the World Series since 1908
I should
or
have picked
something.
goddamn Richard Pryor. and
I should have
fucking
picked like
Bruce
fucking
Willis.
RoboCop. Like, I mean, like if that's what it is, like think about it. Your kid had this weird accident that happened that his elastic and his arms got all fucked up. It's like He's not an athlete. You could.
Yes, he is. He's a starting pitcher for the fucking Chicago Cubs.
But you could
can't not be an athlete doing that.
Okay, so you could be a guy that's paralyzed in a wheelchair, and they could strap a robotic arm to you and do the same thing as that kid.
I mean, that's what Ricky Bobby has. He has a robotic vehicle.
No, he doesn't.
That drives when he presses a button. And
What's
does this.
robotic about a NASCAR?
Everything
Not
about
really.
it. Like it's a car.
They're
it's a
pretty
machine.
manual,
I guess that
actually.
should be a
more so than
robot.
most races. They don't have that many computers and stuff like that in there.
So, but yeah, they do. It's all fucking electronic
Less
robots
than
and stuff.
most other races.
With yours, though, he's athletic, but what does he do? He doesn't accomplish anything except makes it to the NBA. Like the Flint Tropics it's a fucking show.
I don't even know what yours does because I didn't watch all of the movie. To be
He plays
honest.
basketball. If
He
you
plays
put Matt
basketball.
on the Flint Tropics, he'd probably look like whatever Black Thunder's name is.
But
or
your
whatever the
guy
fuck.
wasn't an athlete though. He had like some medical condition that.
I don't get
Maybe
where
him-
you two are confused at where mine is an athlete at all.
No, I said he's an athlete. But I don't
Plays
think
for a
he's the
sports
best. He's the best fictional athlete.
He's
The
fucking
best.
he's drafted into the NBA before the end of the fucking movie. He's actually like joins the NBA and is like, actually no, fuck this. This isn't the way I want to fucking do it. Like a true fucking sportsman. He's like, if I'm going to play basketball, I'm going to play basketball with my team.
No, basketball true athlete's gonna be like, who's gonna pay me the most money?
But
And that guy didn't even fucking
Also,
take that thing.
I agree. I take these questions differently too. So it's like, how was the question written? Again?
Best fictional athlete.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But are we basing that on which character is the best character?
And honestly,
as
if
an
we wanna
athlete,
take the question
or
to
saying
think-
like which one is the best athlete?
My guy
Which
is
one
the
is
most,
the best athlete?
Is
mine's
that
the
what it
most
is? I didn't
fictional.
think it like that.
Totally, no arm is gonna make you be able to throw a baseball 400 fucking feet to like
But
square
if we're looking
like
at it like
this
that,
as a catcher.
what's the most entertaining?
But
athlete?
like Corey mentioned earlier, by the end of the movie, his arm goes back to fucking normal.
And he
So
learned his
sucks.
sport. He learned what baseball was and how to get around
No,
that.
he-
because-
he's
no
kinda
longer,
cheated.
he's
He
no
kinda
longer in the
cheated.
major league. He's no longer like.
Yeah, and it can't be.
So, I mean, your guy made the NBA, but then he quit, so he never really made the NBA.
He
Like
rejoins
that
the
even-
NBA after that fucking game. But
My
like,
guy won that fucking race and won like $1 billion, and he doesn't have to fucking race again. He didn't hit the wall. He didn't die. He flipped over like 42 times and then still
And
ran
then
half
his
the
car-
fucking track and won.
The car doesn't really flip at the end of the race. The car
And he
flips
doesn't win. At the
race.
end of the movie, it's Carl Naughton Jr. is the winner of that race.
Yeah.
Because it's car cross.
He won personally. That's the best athlete. You know, in his mind, he beat that French dude, and that's the winner. though. That's the winner. Like he personally won the best. Did you guys win?
Yes.
Yeah!
What they-
Totally, all of our
Yes,
athletes
they did.
won. Our athletes actually did win. Yours didn't. Yours probably came in
Mine was
last place.
Mine
to be
was
honest.
beat
the worst team in the
Bruno.
league.
Well, he didn't get last place because in NASCAR it's based on how many times you
Yeah,
get
right.
it's
He won the
So he'd be like
championship.
20th
No, I
or
think he
something
won
like
the
that.
championship after he came back.
There's only one the championship. He missed like a whole year.
Yeah.
They had that fucking car with the cat on it, Karen, the cougar. That was awesome. Karen. Shut the fuck up, Karen! Like, come on!
But no, okay, so Flint Tropics were the worst team in the league. They came back to actually win the league championship, and the dude went on to play in the NBA. Like, he's a fucking great athlete. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. Like, he...
But if they came back, there's no way one guy on a basketball team. That means that
No,
the team ended up being
the
athletic.
whole
That's-
team fucking did it because it's a fucking sport. It's not... There's no team in history has ever been led by one single fucking person.
It's also just a weird question because, again, it's like, are we judging...
LeBron James.
He literally.
Are we judging, like, the best athlete that's been in the movie? I don't understand
That was
the
a question, though. It's like one of the questions was best athlete.
Or who's most athletic in a movie? Read me the question again.
Best fictional athlete.
That's it, though. So that's really vague, though. How you can take that.
Obviously from a movie, since it's a movie.
Right. But it's the best athlete from a movie. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the most athletic athlete from a movie or the person that's the best at their sport at a movie. It's the best athlete. Anybody that's
Ricky
an
Bobby's not an
athlete
athlete.
in a movie.
Ricky Bobby's not an
He
athlete.
is an athlete.
No, he's a
No,
fucking
he's not.
honest.
NASCAR.
Athletes
you are
take care of their
considered
body.
that-
Athletes work out. Athletes fucking
Not
strive
necessarily.
to be
and
fucking good.
most NASCAR characters
Athletes
do.
are team fucking players. Ricky Bobby's not a team
I'm gonna
player.
say this: it was allowed.
I mean, but
Nah,
he's
he's
still
an
he's
well, yeah,
still
I mean,
not a fucking
they
athlete.
are an athlete.
So
Yes.
I would use your time arguing things that are not.
Semantics.
Is this an athlete or not?
I'm not arguing if this is an athlete or not. I'm saying he's a shitty athlete. He does
I'm
not-
saying
he
he's
does
the
not take care of
best
his-
out of your two characters.
He does not take care of his fucking body, which
doesn't
an
matter.
athlete fucking does. If they give a shit about their sport and give a shit about their career, they take care of their body. He dines on fucking Taco Bell and KFC and all kinds of
And he
junk food.
stabs himself in the leg and has a mental breakdown. But at the end of the day, he still comes
He's
back.
not
and
a fucking
wins.
team player.
He
Not a
doesn't
team
have to
player.
be.
The fuck do you mean he doesn't have to be? The
'Cause
question is best athlete, like best fictional athlete. What the fuck do
Yeah.
you think makes you the best at something?
Because Ricky Bobby is
didn't
the
even
best
win
fictional
yet.
athlete.
He didn't even fucking win, dude.
All right, Corey, closing.
I have to close this one.
Yeah.
Okay, Ricky Bobby is the best fictional athlete because he is an athlete that is fictional, and he is better than both of your two because it's funny. Plus, he's good. He has a mental breakdown. He thinks he's on fire. Stabs himself in the legs. In the hospital. He gets down on his luck. Gets his friends back together. They make a good car. He has a fucking cougar. They put that cougar Karen. Fucking
swear to
Karen.
God, if you don't-
I almost named my cat Karen.
If you don't mention him fucking on that Applebee's table,
I was about to.
you
But
better. Tell me about it.
I've only been thrown out of Applebee's once, and that's why I really connected to that movie when they got thrown out of Applebee's. But he comes back at the end of the day, and maybe he didn't win the race. It's fine. He won the race that he wanted to win, regardless of what it was, and that makes him the best athlete. I don't know how he didn't die, because they didn't have neck braces in that movie either after Dale Earnhardt. I don't even know how they couldn't even put that in movies, but they didn't. But he survived, and he won a foot race over Bruno, basically. And I know yours was Andre 3000, like that character from that other Will Ferrell movie that wasn't good, that wasn't Talladega Nights, right? So which one got better ratings than, like, a lot more viewers, a lot more popular?
Please spend your
It's
time
still funny
comparing the movies instead of talking about the actual question.
than your movie, the basketball Will Ferrell movie that had other people in it, which your character was in. And what was yours?
Rookie of the year.
Oh yeah, that kid from American Pie that ate
Yeah.
out Tara
Oh,
Reid.
was it?
He ate out Tara Reid that time.
What a
in that
great
movie.
athlete. That takes some
What a
fucking
great
athletic
athlete.
ability.
They just had some weird fucking problem with his arm that went away.
I forgot
Not a great
that-
athlete.
I totally forgot that he did grow up too.
All right, Rainer.
I think Henry Rowan Gardner is the best athlete for a variety of reasons. We'll kill Chris's here. I didn't hear anything about how he was good at basketball. He's just good at basketball. And there's, I think in that movie, Justin Long's homeless drunk ass is better. He made a full court shot. That's pretty fucking impressive.
Played by Justin Long, by the way.
Don't care. That drunk guy that looked like Justin Long. I think Justin Long just showed up one day and he was like, and he might have actually made it. I don't know anything about what he did. He made the NBA. That doesn't mean he's the best fictional athlete. He could have just. He's kind of like a minor character almost. It sounds like, because all you hear about is Will Ferrell, Will Ferrell, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby is not an athlete, and like Chris said earlier, I'm going to go with this. He doesn't take care of his body. I don't think he's an athlete. I honestly think he's autistic because he just has a one-track mind. He just wants to go fast, go fast, go fast. He makes his life go fast. He makes his trips to Applebee's go fast. Makes his dinner go fast. He's a terrible goddamn father. He's just one of the worst people. He won't let his friend win, and Carl Naughton finally wins at the end. He's just a terrible person, and athletes, they might be terrible people, but you know what? You gotta do that, and I don't think anything he does is very athletic. He's just driving a car, and I'm speaking in the movie. He's not very athletic. He lets himself go. I think Henry Rowan Gardner from Rookie of the Year is a better athlete because he actually helps a team, and that's a big theme in sports movies. You can't say that every sports movie is up, up, up. There's always a crash. There's always a climb, and sometimes they burn out and fizzle. So he's out there throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. It doesn't matter how it came about. That's a pretty athletic feat in my mind. It's hard to train that. People still can't do that, so it's pretty athletic. And at the end, he loses he blows his elbow out, probably has to have Tommy John surgery at the end. And because he's learned about this and he's a great athlete, he learns how to manipulate baseball in any sport. I bet if he was doing any sport, he would learn this, how to win the game. And that's what athletes, pretty much their whole goal is to win the game with the talent you have. And he had to have gotten athletic. He's training with the Cubs the whole fucking season. And I just think he's the best fictional athlete. It's a cool power. It's hard to throw a baseball 100 miles an hour or 400 feet straight to the catcher.
All right, Chris.
Okay, so Ricky Bobby is not a good athlete.
Fiend.
Just doesn't care enough about himself to be better at his craft. He solely cares about being number one, but without taking time to like really fully perfect what driving is and like just learn how to fucking just not be a fucking shithead. Like he continuously it's mentioned multiple times in that movie that he would rather wreck every single person racing and nobody finish than not fucking win. And that's fucking stupid. That's stupid and it's selfish and that doesn't make somebody a good athlete. Your shit, the kid, yeah, he could throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's due to a fucking freak accident, which he loses the ability to do at the end of the fucking movie, throws out his arm, potentially, just, like, if the movie would have continued, we'd probably know for sure, but I would almost estimate he wrecked any baseball career he could fucking have.
He probably lose his arm.
He never played fucking high school baseball. Like, he's probably just fucking fucked. Whereas fucking Clarence Withers, a.k.a. Coffee Black, a.k.a. Downtown Funky Stuff Malone, a.k.a. Sugar Dunkerton, a.k.a. Jumping Johnson Johnny, was the best player on the Flint Tropics. The movie starts out, he's the only player that ever fucking scores. They still are a losing fucking team. But by the end of the movie, he and the rest of the team come together. He learns to fucking pass the ball. He helps teaches other players how to play better. And they win the championship. They go from, like, having just straight losses for, like, 5 years to winning the fucking championship. And he's drafted into the goddamn NBA. He learns how to be a team player. He's already a fucking naturally gifted athlete. And he's just fucking, like, I feel like out of the choices picked here, I picked an athlete, you picked a fucking freak show gimmick guy, and you just picked fucking Will Ferrell in a stupid movie.
Your movie was worse, though.
But I didn't pick Will Ferrell in it.
I wish
He was the best athlete, though.
Are you done,
your
Chris?
movie.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
First off, you should have used, what's his fucking name?
Again,
Black Downtown Stuff Malone Dunkerton. You should have used him as best coach because apparently he's really good at that.
No, because the
So-
coach in that movie is Woody Harrelson's character.
I
Actually,
don't-
it's Jackie Moon is the coach,
And
but
then
Woody
he
Harrelson
gets-
gets traded for a fucking washing
I
machine,
don't think
and he's who's coaching.
Ricky Bobby is the best of the two.
that's fine. I think
Um,
he's the best character, though.
Maybe, but
So sometimes
it's not.
I take
How many number one singles did Ricky Bobby have? How many number one singles did Jackie Moon have? One.
I'm just saying, sometimes I take these a little differently the way the question is.
It's not what athlete's the best character. It's best fictional athlete.
Ricky Bobby is the best fictional
Um,
athlete. Not based on his athletics, but he's an athlete
Throwing-
that's fictional.
Throwing the ball as the pitcher, fucking great distance, really fast. That is a good athleticism trait. I didn't hear anything beyond that though. Like, can he run?
No.
He's a pitcher.
He's 12.
Like, how does he do when he comes up to bat?
He's probably.
I bet he
He
jacks
probably walks because it strikes him so
I bet
fucking
he
small.
jacks
to
it
be honest.
real fast, though.
So, I'm gonna give this to Chris.
When I say love me, you say sexy. Love me.
Sexy.
Love me.
Sexy.
Yeah.
I feel weird about that.
Because I heard more about how the sportsmanship of it, which I feel is a big part of being a good athlete. He had the natural talent. You covered that.
He's an actual athlete. I think that's what really got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's actually a.
And I seriously just picked the first thing.
I like that we all picked like goofy fucking movies to do that one about.
I thought it was called The Rookie. I was like, wait, that's not right. That's a Kevin
that's-
Costner movie.
Yeah.
He loves baseball movies. That might be the
So-
best fictional athlete of all time is Kevin Costner.
We have more comments, all of them from
Wait, who won?
Beverage.
Chris.
It's 1 to 1 to 1.
I thought that we're all tied up. God
Best
damn.
fictional athlete is Shane Falco, NFL caliber quarterback. Clutch.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
From what?
Pretty sure that's Keanu Reeves.
Was that the replacements?
Pretty
Yeah,
sure that's Keanu Reeves.
The Tropics relied heavily on the alley-oop gimmick over real athleticism.
See, I didn't really see your movie either.
I don't-
Just wasn't entertained by it.
I don't think the alley oop was a gimmick. It was just new.
It was a gimmick. It's kind of like a 3-point. I was going to bring that up in the sports debate. Like, a lot of people thought the 3-point was just a gimmick to try to get people to watch basketball. And
We're going to
to
reschedule that sports debate. Mikey actually messaged me and
And
said that
have,
there
like,
was
a real one?
a family tragedy. And so,
Now I feel bad.
He's not a piece of shit anymore.
right.
Sorry, Mikey.
So
But Brian is still a piece of shit, though.
I'll reschedule
He's
that.
going to whoop your ass at kickball tomorrow.
Well,
We're not
His
playing
migraine's
tomorrow.
the tragedy.
we'll use the same question, so don't tell
Okay.
anybody.
Okay. See, I didn't really. So okay. Next question. I'm pumped.
Okay.
I'm pumped for the full circle that's about to happen.
It is.
Was the point on there changed?
Yes. Best rival in a movie.
Just
Could be a team, could be a single person.
oh my god.
So, Rainer.
So I picked the entire team and coach staff of the Cowboys from the Little Giants. It's the best rival in a sports movie.
Chris?
I picked true perfection and a master craftsman of his trade, Jean Girard.
Oh
There's what?
no. Jean Girard.
Oh, Talladega Nights.
Yeah. Actually, that's the one I picked first.
Why are these so fucking fucked up questions?
That's literally what I picked.
Alright,
Now we're gonna
random
debate
call, so
again.
What'd you
We're
pick,
gonna-
Corey?
I said Andy Samberg and Kit Harington in 7 Days of Hell, the original HBO
that's not
movie.
bad.
Okay, so I feel like we've had too many bests, so I want you to tell me why they're the worst.
Okay, so he's French. He's fucking Frenchy McFrencherson. He thinks crepes are better than fucking pancakes.
Dude, what is wrong with the fucking crepe? Okay,
There's nothing wrong with
I
it.
like pancakes, but you can't bring that up. If we're talking about a worse rival, just because they like a fucking crepe doesn't mean they're a bad fucking rival. Mine's a bad rival because he's using little kids, the coaches, to show his brother up. He's using small fucking little kids, kind of almost as slaves, to just push his might and his will onto other teams so he can beat his brother. Like, honestly, I think the Cowboys in that movie beat these other teams so bad that when the Giants beat them later on, they're just so worn out and done with football. It's just so his brother can fight his other brother and show him might. That's awful. That's a terrible way to fucking go
I
about
probably should have
things.
picked that one as my other debate because I only saw this movie once and I was pretty.
Now, and Andy Samberg, he's basically playing John McEnroe.
I
That's
know.
all.
I don't even know what he fucking picked on.
It's
Oh, it's a really good mockumentary.
It's hilarious. It's a mockumentary, and that's
it's
why.
It's
It's
supposed
like,
to be about John McEnroe and like
Did you?
something Bjorn Borg or something like that.
If we can press a pause for a second, has anybody seen that? It's new. It's the Lonely Island. Fucking
With the like the
Jose Canseco and fucking,
No, but I want to.
and
It
fucking
looks
what is his
good.
name? Fucking Mark McGuire.
I want to so bad. But
That's why
It's fucking stupid.
the rivalry in that was so good because it seemed like a Lonely Island movie, I think, and I think that's kind of what it was. But you have the guy from
Did you hear where he switched it to it's the worst?
the worst?
Yeah.
Why the
It's a
worst?
trick question.
I don't know. So I don't really remember that movie at all. I only watched it one time. I saw it on HBO.
dude, it's the worst because they're basically playing John McEnroe.
Well, you can
and-
help my
well, no, and he's not the worst. He's like one of the greatest villains in like actual sports. And
Right,
all
he's the
time.
one that, like,
So it's
throws
not the
his
worst
whack
at all.
around.
He likes to cuss. He basically makes a sport like not a hoity-toity sort of fucking activity that rich kids play. He makes it so that makes him a great rival just in the sport in general.
That's
just
what I was
because it
saying too,
changes
because
it.
it was called 7 Days in Hell, and it took them like they're supposed to play like one match, and it takes 7 days.
It takes forever.
Alright,
So
so-
it takes 7 fucking days. I don't really have much of an argument on this.
John
Rainer's gonna
Gerard-
help me out.
John Gerard is the worst
Thanks,
rival
Rainer.
because the rivalry only actually exists in the mind of Ricky Bobby. John Gerard's entire point and purpose of joining NASCAR is because he wants Ricky Bobby to beat him. He wants to lose.
Well, no, and that's why he's worse because he doesn't even if he wants him to fucking if he wants Ricky Bobby to beat him, then why doesn't he just let Ricky Bobby beat him? Like, if you want to go in with that mindset, it's pretty easy to fucking get away with. You just crash or your car explodes or something like that. And just because he's French and likes crepes and talks funny and is probably
He
gay,
talks
well,
like
he's
he has-
also
he
he's
talks like
also
he has
gay.
peanut
Like
butter
you
in
can't,
his
you
mouth.
can't say that he's the worst. He's one of
He's
the best
openly
rivals.
gay with Andy Richter.
He's one of the best rivals I've ever seen in a movie.
Actually,
based
yeah.
on him, he actually makes the character Ricky Bobby not just even like lose races to lose his fucking mind
He
and think he's
completely loses his
like
mind.
the worst person. He can't figure out
That's
why.
not his goal. His goal is to have Ricky Bobby beat him. Ricky Bobby does not accomplish
it-
that.
Ricky
And
Bobby does.
He
beat
does
him at the
actually.
end.
He does at the end. His car was actually a little bit forward, so he would have
But
finished.
neither of them
at the
finished the
beginning.
fucking race.
It didn't matter. Ricky Bobby.
But he beat him based on standings. It's not in NASCAR. It's not about winning or losing. It's about standings.
So-
if you finish 5th, you beat the person in 6th. Like that's how it goes.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about like worst
other
rivals
cars
too, though.
finished,
Too.
though.
What?
Or did other cars? I don't remember.
Which rivals are the worst? I guess is how this turned.
Yes.
Okay, so with yours, they're just fucking brothers playing football out back. You have the nerdy brother. It's just like me and my brother fucking playing. Like I always had that dicky ass brother that punched me in the back of the head, and he was more athletic, smarter, and all that kind of shit. It's like, yeah, you want to beat him. Not really rivals though. We love each other these days.
They
I'm sure
don't-
they
they-
did
they-
too.
they honestly
at the end of
don't.
the movie, they fucking do.
No, because they're brothers. That doesn't mean they love each other. They just
At the
he just
end of the-
acknowledges that I lost this time.
I think at
he
the
probably murdered him at the end of the movie.
No.
But what
At
makes
the
him
end of the
worse-
movie, I think Ed O'Neill like pats him on the back or something. He at least like kisses that little girl on the cheek that he said couldn't play football.
Again, and if we're
They're
talking about
not- they
worst
weren't- they're
rivals,
not really that
he
much
wants
of
to
rivals.
push his niece to be a cheerleader because she's a girl. Like, let
no,
kids live.
he-
and then instead
he
of
wa-
like, if she was on the team, they would have probably beat his brother.
No.
He's just a terrible fucking coach. And
He's
the team,
just a terrible
and
asshole.
the team itself, like, just gets that mindset. He
And
teaches
then
them the mindset that they're better than everybody. They can't lose, and that's not something you need
But
to teach people.
still,
You have to
they're
humble
family.
your fucking
they're
team.
rivals,
and the team is
sure, but
bad.
they're like family rivals, which is kind of like a jokingly thing, like we do here. Like Rainer, right now I hate you, but
Well, I
at the
fucking-
end of
I
the
hate
night,
you, and my whole goal is to beat Chris. That's all I ever try
Right.
to
So
do.
whoever wins here, though, is like we're all still going to be friends. Hopefully, we know it's
They
not
don't
usually
seem like
that
friends
big of a
throughout the
deal.
whole movie.
At the
They
end of the
seem-
movie, they
Yeah,
seem
but
they were friends.
No, they're just acknowledging. He's
They're
acknowledging
friends.
that he lost. He
I
probably
mean, I
because
think
he's a
had no
terrible
look back.
person.
He was like, "Hey,
And the
little buddy."
the team has that same fucking mindset that they're just better, and then they get outsmarted and outplayed
Nah.
because they're just a terrible fucking rival. You don't need that.
It- plus-
just the idea of using kids to defeat your brother is just one of the worst fucking ideas as a person you can do because you don't want to live your life through some kids and teach them to be badass
I just don't think
fuckers
they-
that don't care about other people. It's just
As far
the
as
whole
like a
team
worst
and
rivalry
whole
though,
coaching
it's
staff
just
is
like it's
terrible.
like two brothers in like a little town. It'd be like me and my brother playing football in Milton. It's like nobody really cares what this kid's fucking.
And then
doing.
yours, the
Well, not
rival,
really.
the big rival was actually Time in that movie. Like just the
It
fact
lasted
that
forever,
Andy
but those fucking-
Samberg
they
is
hated
playing
each other.
is playing fucking John McEnroe, the other guy's Bjorn Borg, and they're fucking playing 7 days match. That's not because
from,
the biggest rival thing is totally the Time. They're just playing a game. There's no big like rivalry that I can think of where it's like
Between
him
them,
against
they're
them.
like the best.
But they're both rivaled against each other, so you can't just pick one because they're clashing together. So they're a best rivalry. With yours, with fucking Jean whatever, the fucking French guy, just because you said he's French, he likes crepes better than pancakes. And he
I
wants,
said that jokingly when he fucking first said it was a trick.
but you brought it up, so I'm just gonna fucking pound on it.
Yeah.
And the fact that you say he wants Ricky Bobby to beat him, he doesn't do very good at that. Like he doesn't do anything
At the same time, too,
to make that happen. You just let him win.
Well, at the same time,
Making
too,
him a terrible
and-
rival.
No, he's the best rival because he makes Ricky Bobby lose himself, and that's what he really wants to do.
But then he got it back, though, was the thing. Like, Ricky Bobby got it back without thinking about it. He got that other redheaded chick and didn't even care about what's-his-face anymore. Bruno. God damn it. Sacha Baron Cohen. He didn't even care about him for a while. He just had to get back in his own head. Like, he wasn't even really a rival.
So then he ends up being like a great rival.
And
for
then
him
they were
because he becomes
friends
a
at
better
the
person.
end, too.
Yeah.
They were friends at the end, too, which is the same with your movie.
They're not
so they
friends.
weren't.
They just
they were.
acknowledge the
They're
fact.
brothers
No.
and they're friends at the end of your movies. At the end of both of your movies, they were actually friends. I believe that what's-his-face from Talladega Nights shakes his hand and says, "Thank you, Ricky Bobby. Now we're friends." I think they kiss at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I believe they French kiss at the end.
They do.
But yours, they have a whole thing where he's like, your daughter is good at sports. Mine, they fucking still hate each other at the end. They do.
Sounds like
After
a great
7
rivalry.
fucking days.
Yeah, that sounds like a great rivalry. You're arguing your point backwards.
I don't understand the question.
And yeah, kissing your rival makes you a bad rival.
Well, they're not rivals anymore when they're friends.
Yeah, they're like if they're, that doesn't make any
that's
sense.
what I mean. They're not rivals anymore. When they're
And if he
friends.
just only wants Ricky Bobby to beat him, that's a terrible like rivalry. Like I want to lose to
Because
my
the
rival. That doesn't make
rivalry-
any fucking sense.
The rivalry
as a
is
rivalry,
one-sided.
no rivalry is like
The rivalry is one-sided.
I'll take like Pitt
John
versus
Gerard does not
WVU
dislike
backyard
Ricky
brawl.
Bobby.
Pitt's not like
John
we just want
Gerard has
WVU
the
to beat
highest
us because
fucking
we're so
respect.
better. They want to win. Your rival always wants to beat you, not the other way around. That makes no sense. That's a fucking paradox. It's
Because
almost making
he
my
wanted
head
to be taken out by the top dog in racing, who at that point was Ricky Bobby.
No, he was the top dog in racing
No,
because he
in
did Formula
Formula
One,
One.
which is the most is the hardest and most skill-based racing style in the world. It is top tier. NASCAR is nothing against Formula One. If you go from Formula One to NASCAR, you're pretty bad, honestly. Like that doesn't make sense. Nobody goes from Formula One to NASCAR. They might go from IndyCar to NASCAR because they're kind of on the same
Some
level. Because a
people
lot
do
of
this-
IndyCar
like, some people
does
do
the
both.
left.
Like, some
left.
people
They
do
do.
both. Like,
but they don't drop down and be like, "Oh, do NASCAR."
It's not a
because I
drop
gotta
down.
do something.
For one, it's not a drop down because I think most people that are like really good at NASCAR make more money than most people that are really good at Formula One.
That is not true at all.
I don't know. You
That
can
is
look
not
that up.
no. Whoever something Hamilton is, they make he's
A
worth
shit
like
ton.
$300 million
Yeah.
because they're sponsored by Rolex and Ferrari and stuff. So it's a drop down. So he's even a worse
Yeah, but
rival
what-
based
but-
on he was good at that. So he's like, I'm just gonna go play with fucking little kids basically in my sport.
He was
That's
sponsored
terrible.
by
What a fucking
Perrier.
pussy.
Perrier.
What a fucking pussy that guy is.
What
he's
is this
not trying
question
to
again?
rival anybody.
Matt,
He's just trying to do
Please
that.
tell me more about how he's a terrible rival.
He's a
Worst
terrible.
rival
He's
in the
this is
movie.
the worst rival. He doesn't just because he shows up because he's.
I'm sorry, they both conceded and said my character was the worst rival in a movie. I think I win the point
I
automatically.
just don't under.
Rain or closing?
I'm just saying.
So I think that
Like
the
the-
Cowboys.
like the-
I think the Cowboys from the Little Giants are the worst rival if you take the whole organization of little kids, because the coach is using kids to prove a point, and that's pretty fucking wrong. And even on top of that, he's teaching these kids to be terrible fucking people, not worry about other people's feelings, just fucking go out there and win. And that's not what a coach or a rival should do. You should humble yourself to your opponent as a rival and do that. It's just bad. It's just being selfish. It's just the worst rival you can have. It's not really a rival to me. It's just like, I'm gonna beat my fucking brother. That's nothing. Yours, like, it's fucking tennis. I didn't hear any points from yours.
No, you
I
don't.
don't even
I mean, I heard
no,
some from
what
you.
you're talking about,
so
I think the biggest
appreciate
rival
that.
in that movie is the time. I don't think Andy Samberg is a worse or best rival. They're just tennis players making fun of tennis. With yours, you said, oh, he's friends with Lawrence Crepes, and the whole point of him is to lose a rival. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's it.
No, please continue.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
doing a great job of saying
I
how
know.
mine was
I know.
terrible.
I know. I quit.
Chris?
I beat Corey.
He even helped me out a little bit. There's nothing I could do. I don't even know what I'm going to do for a race.
So, alright, my entire basis for this is John Gerard is a terrible rival because he has the utmost respect for Ricky Bobby, and all he wants to do is to lose to who he feels is the greatest driver in the world. He had no intention of driving Ricky Bobby insane or any of that bullshit. He just wanted to be beaten by somebody better than him. And unfortunately, that just doesn't work out because that just doesn't happen. He's not beaten by somebody better than him because they both lose the race at the end.
Ricky Bobby won.
Cal Naughton Jr. won.
Boo.
And, I don't know, he hangs out with Elvis Costello and Mos Def. And I don't fucking know. I was so prepared to argue this the other way. I don't really...
Yeah, I don't.
Me too, and then I lost myself in them yelling.
I don't know. They both at some point in their arguing stated that mine was a terrible rival. Rainer even said mine was the worst rival. I think I win the point.
Corey?
I like sports, no care.
Me. Andy Samberg had a really bad mustache in that.
It was full circle again, right back to the mustache after we picked the same things he picked earlier.
It was a really funny short movie about watching Andy Samberg and the Lonely Island try to attempt to beat Jon Snow. I think Jon Snow wins in the end. After 7 fucking days. I mean, that was
After 7 seasons.
a rivalry, I guess.
He doesn't win
He was John McEnroe. I think he was actually in there too, though. For
Had
a
to have
minute.
been.
I don't want it.
Pretty sure.
She's my queen.
Anyway, the rivalry between Jon Snow and Andy McEnroy,
AKA
mustache
the
man,
Night King.
it went on for 7 days, and sucked. That's it. I mean, I really.
Okay.
Good job, Chris.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving that to Chris.
God damn it.
I got lost in my own.
I've been
fucking
trying to
thoughts.
lose so I can go fuck my girlfriend for a minute.
I've got an honorable mention for best and worst rival.
All right.
It's Ben Stiller's character in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Dodgeball's
Yeah.
come
Oh,
up
what about
twice too now.
I thought about that after everyone stated it. I was like, fuck,
Um,
Dodgeball would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Nobody
Beverage said Shooter McGavin for best rival.
Mhm.
Honorable
Shooter
mention
McGavin.
Apollo Creed.
Oh.
Jesus Quintana. I guess it's Jesus. White
Jesus.
Goodman. The Cobra Kai. And Ernie McCracken.
And White Goodman was.
And
It's
Brittany
so scary.
said, help me, save me Tom Cruise.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right.
So,
Um,
oh fuck, there's not a tiebreaker between Rainer. Just keep going.
No, there's a,
Oh yeah, there's a fucking cup game.
yeah, cup game. This is gonna be interesting. Is this P-Break break time?
well, draw these first.
Okay.
There's Rainer's. There's yours.
We have specific ones. We don't even get like a chance this time.
Who got that point?
Chris. Player 2. Draw 5 of these.
Is this from your shit earlier?
Yeah.
What the fuck does this even mean?
One of those might be blank because I dumped the cup out, and so like scrap paper got.
I also think when I kept saying that makes him the worst rival, my head really wanted to say that makes him the best
Well,
rival.
that's what I.
And I kept
that's
fucking it
kinda
up.
what I didn't get either.
Because as soon as you
Are
said
you
that, I was
saying,
like,
like,
oh, I've been saying this wrong the whole
like,
time.
what would be a worse rivalry?
I don't think I'm
Is
gonna
it still
get
the
this
basketball thing?
That question.
Yeah.
Wait, why does it say 5 when it clearly has a 2 in there though?
What?
It says 5, but I have a 2 in there.
You have to delete the
Because
other
Chris
number.
is
I don't-
collusion. Collusion.
Chris has 25
What's the pin for?
points.
So you can fill out your little piece of paper.
What do you mean fill out my little piece of paper?
Chris,
Hold on.
the Jordan.
I think I need the other cup because I got a blank piece of paper.
I don't understand what I'm doing. Rainer's doing it out of order. I only have one
Ooh.
big piece of paper.
Huh.
Just do Roman
Wait, we're
numerals.
only supposed. I thought we were supposed to pick 5 out of
I-
there.
Have you guys picked?
I picked 5.
So there's only 2 cups. Like he gave us that, and there's only 1 cup.
Yeah, where's
What's
that?
the other cup?
Where's
then?
that other cup?
I don't know.
How many cups, Matt? How many cups you got?
1 cup.
Just one.
Yeah, you pick 5, and we're making a basketball team. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me your.
It does. Does this
How
does
many
this
do you
have
have?
to be a movie,
I
or
have
can we
4
just do
'cause
the
one of the ones that
basketball
drew
like
was
to
blank.
keep the sports
Okay.
thing? Because like acting wise, I can't really. Like it's pretty rough. That makes sense. Because
Yeah.
nobody knows how to. nobody knows how these people act.
Yeah, can we just give Rainer this point?
I don't even know what these.
Oh my god! I got fucking the best team ever.
Rainer's the only one that understands basketball.
Okay. We can just go to the speed round.
No, we can try this.
I mean, we can try it. I just.
I have to pee first and read my answers that are right there. I haven't.
Well, this is the easiest thing I've ever seen. Okay, I win.
I'm gonna get the first responders ready for this train wreck.
So how are we going to do this? Like, I'm going to assign them a position, and we're going to all say our basketball teams, and I'm going to tell them why my team's better. Because my team is the best.
I only know who 2 of my people are, and it's because they are not basketball players.
Well, you can Google.
You're
Damn it, I
supposed
should
to
do
put
my-
word again.
She's like, yeah, that's me.
I think I literally got all athletes that everybody knows. Like, it's impossible not to know who these people are.
Cat commercial.
Dude gets views.
Look
People
in
love
Nala.
cats.
This is
Nice.
how you
She's a
pet a
good
cat.
girl.
Tutorial.
Brittany said some other shit.
Cat award.
Ricky Bobby crashed, and that was a great homage to Tom. Corey's shirt wins Best Shirt Award. Nala wins Best On-Screen Cat Award. I don't
think
know what
that's because
Corey's
they can't
shirt says.
Uh,
But I
Fuck
have-
this shit.
I have
Yeah.
a pretty good one.
I think Matt's wins.
That one's
So-
good. His is just fuck this shit. Which is basically his attitude in most fights or debates. Or literally life.
We're
know
what?
Your shirt, just fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You should just get that shirt tattooed on your chest.
I should. So wait, I'm supposed to be making these other little pieces of paper play on my basketball team on
Yeah.
the big piece of paper. Right? So wait, who plays?
I was
The
gonna put it
premise
back on
of
the
this
table,
will
Yeah,
be
put it in your pocket,
But
let's talk.
the big pieces of paper, they're all the same, right?
That's because
Yeah.
my cigarettes
Okay.
were there.
So who's what is the center?
That's what Shaq does.
Shaq. Shaq
Shaq
is the center.
What's a power bottom?
That would be that would be Dennis Rodman's position.
Power forward.
That's Dennis Rodman. Power
Small forward.
ball. That is
Shooting. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put these in whatever. I'm just gonna read what I have because I
Shooting
don't.
guard is the position that
See, you do know.
That's like
more-
a-
downtown funky stuff Malone played.
or Kobe Bryant is a shooting guard. Now point guard is like
so.
Steph
All right, so
Curry,
I know
Steve
who these
Nash.
people are, but
So
I
to
don't-
give this,
I was amazed that I was actually able to Google what position that
just not
he played in that movie.
so to give this
Well,
a,
they're usually the stars.
a bit of a movie spin. The Monstars are back. And they can't do basketball again. They have to take the
Does a
abilities.
blank one mean I can write somebody on it?
No.
No, it means draw another one.
Oh. Well.
They have to take the abilities of people from other sports.
Okay.
They choose these 5,
Okay.
respectively,
Okay.
but they still let the Toon Stars, Toon Squad, pick the sport, and they pick basketball
Okay.
again.
So I don't have to debate anybody. I just have to say why the Monstars.
why should these be the 5
Okay.
that the Monstars take?
Okay.
So the
Easy.
positions no longer matter.
Well, I mean, you have to say why they would play that position.
Yeah.
Wait. What? So we're not playing basketball anymore?
No,
No, you are playing
You're
basketball.
making them the Monstars, but they couldn't pick basketball players. So you have to make a Monstars basketball team based on
People from other sports.
yeah.
Okay.
And then it's like,
But
I
I
put such and such as my center because blah, blah, blah.
I don't know why I would
And
put
that's-
any of these people in the center or any of the positions that they're in, but sure, we'll go with it.
Oh, I got it. This is easy. I'll win.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go with it.
No, I have literally the best athletes.
I don't know. I've got some pretty good athletes. I just don't know how they would translate into what things do in.
I'll just wait. I want to go.
basketball.
I'll go. I'll even go first.
Go for it.
She said Nala wins best on-screen cat award.
Aw.
Make that pussy
I couldn't
squirt.
see Matt's. His wins.
Okay. Who was that?
Corey's friend Brittany, were you here when?
Oh, yeah, was she brought all the
Yeah,
snacks
yeah.
and stuff? Yeah, we like her. Brit, come back.
Come back!
Yeah, Brittany, come back.
For a lifetime debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lifetime debate. I mean, me and Matt hung out with her last night. We went to the
So
arcade.
I get to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
All right. So the Monstars are back, and they have to pick athletes that don't play basketball to kind of make it fair for the Toons and Space Jam 2. They do have LeBron James, so it's kind of not fair. He leads teams to championships just by himself, but then he's a sellout. Anyway, so actually the Monstars are like, shit, we don't have to be the Monstars anymore. We're going to be the GOATs. And if you don't know who the GOATs are, they're the greatest of all time. So at point guard, none other than 6-time quarterback winning of the Super Bowl winning quarterback Tom Brady. He can pass like no other, he can run an offense like no other, and he's a great fucking leader.
You said he's playing what?
Point guard. He's a passer. He sees the offense. He knows what to do. Defense, I mean, they're going to be fucking huge monsters, but they're going to have goats on their jersey. Now, shooting guard, they usually score the most points, and I kind of have to toss this one up, and I'm actually going to go with Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player of all time, who, if you take just his goals away, he is the all-time leader of points in hockey, just by assists alone. He also has the most goals in hockey history. So, a great guard combo here. We have Tom Brady, who just looks to pass
So
other
Gretzky?
people. Gretzky is all-time.
His assist record is so much higher than his goal record.
Yeah, if you take his goals away, he has more points than any hockey player if you combine goals and assists.
Yeah.
But he has the most goals. So he's going to score, but he's also going to look to another great scorer of the ball at small forward, Cristiano Ronaldo, known mainly for scoring fucking points in his respective sport of soccer, football for you, wannabes. Now, who's one of the greatest, baseball players of all time, just stat-wise? That would be Barry Bonds. We'll put him at power forward. He's going to roid out like he did. He used to be fast, and then he got real big from his steroids, his early career as a left fielder. He stole bases, he hit 300, and then he did steroids and hit home runs. So he's a big dude. He's going to be down there. He's going to battle for boards. He's going to make space in basketball with this motion offense I have. And then at center, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, not just in WWE, this guy's won gold medals in the Olympics, is Kurt Angle. He's going to be a fucking monster down low at center. I mean, my team's not very tall, but with size and fucking precision passing, precision offense, and just the all-around scoring that I have, it's the greatest team. They're the GOATs.
All right, who's
We
ready
have
to
to
go
think of a
next?
team name too.
No.
No, he's just dead.
Rainer's just
Okay.
being extra because he's already been winning.
Point. That's fine. I don't know.
What is the most useless position?
There's none.
The one on these.
I honestly would go.
One of my motherfuckers is 85. Like, what the fuck? Am
No,
I
You
get
can use
out
them
of
as like their.
you get them at their prime.
yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, because I was gonna say, like,
That's what I don't understand either, though. Like, what do these positions?
Dude, if you got Dale Earnhardt or something, he's an athlete.
I don't
But
have
he's
Dale
not. You don't,
Earnhardt.
but like you don't use him as a zombie.
I have some really good athletes. I just don't know where to put these athletes. I probably got the best pick out of
No,
all
you
of you.
don't. No, you don't.
I don't know.
I have
I've got
the
some good
greatest
ones.
of like basically.
I just don't know what they would
Please.
do with the position that they would.
I'm just gonna Google it.
All right, help me out. What's his center?
I swear to God, if I lose this one, I'm gonna fucking rage. Like I'm gonna be so mad.
What does the center in basketball do?
Shaq.
Shaq?
Shaq is the center.
What's that mean?
The
Though? He
center is
just dunks?
also known as the 5 or the big man.
Big
One of the
man.
5 positions in a regular basketball. Center is normally the tallest player on the team and often has a great deal of strength and body mass. For center, I'm going with the tallest guy I know of the people I drew, Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk's kind of 50 feet tall. He's also fucking a hawk, and he's got some of the best vert.
He does.
That was good. Oh, clap for that one.
So he's gonna be up there dunking on him.
The Birdman.
That was fucking good.
Let me figure out what power forward is real quick.
Yeah, okay. Power bottom.
I'm gonna lose because I get to look up all these positions.
Tell me I can Google.
We don't know how to do this. We don't know how to
Large forward plays the lowest post and typically has good rebounding skills. For that, I'm gonna go with. And you said it's at their prime, so I'm gonna go with fucking Hank Aaron, because he was a badass right fielder. So I'm assuming that means he has good reflexes. He's got them rebounds on deck. He just be like that. Let me move it down the list. Figure out what a fucking small forward does.
This is awful.
Any comments, shout? I want to read them out loud.
Small
No.
forward
Damn it.
is. God damn it.
Does he run fast?
Small forward typically shorter, quicker, and leaner than power forwards and centers, but typically taller and larger than either of the guard positions. For that, I'm going with Shaun White. Shaun White's agile. He's very athletic. He's a man of many talents. That's kind of what the small forward sounds like to me. It sounds like they're kind of an everyman. They kind of do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. And who's better at doing a little bit of everything than Shaun White, who has gold medals in like 5 different fucking sports. Moving down the list, let's figure out what the fuck a shooting guard is.
Yeah, right.
Kobe Bryant.
I don't fucking watch sports. I don't know what the fuck he does, my dude.
What does he do?
Fuck. You can't just like Kobe Bryant. Like, okay, he cheats on his wife.
Which one?
He's scoring, baby. He's scoring.
Which one usually does like
For shooting guard,
Shooting.
three? Like
shooting guard.
All of them now, baby.
He's that guy people pray to
Someone's-
every time they throw something
Shooting
in.
guard's main objective is to score points for their team and steal the ball on defense. So for that, I guess I'm going with Bobby Orr, because Bobby Orr was a pretty fucking fast skater. I know that. He was a good hockey
So
player.
is that supposed to be the fastest one?
Nigga, can I just do my shit?
Sorry, I'm trying to cheat.
Corey,
on
just
you.
Nigga, you got a phone right there. Google yourself, man. Like,
Oh.
shit. I don't fucking know. I'm making this shit up too. But Bobby Orr, he's quick. Forgot what else he did when I googled him 5 minutes ago. But he sounds like the man to be the shooting guard out of the 2 remaining people I've left. And on to
Well, you don't have to look at what the point guard does. You just have one player.
onto the point guard. Perhaps the most specialized role of a position. Point guards are expected to run the team to offense by controlling the ball, making sure it gets to the right player at the right time. We'll go with If that's the case, we'll go with Lionel Messi. He's a soccer player. That means he's very agile. He runs up and down a court that is way longer than a basketball court. So I imagine he's working that court like a motherfucker. And yeah, I imagine he's just got the endurance for it. He's probably he's the guy out of anybody I could have. Honestly, had I known what the fuck point guard was, I probably would put Sean White on it. But like, fuck it, like Sean White's already some other shit. I forgot what he was, but yeah, that's my team, and they're called the
Team.
Rainer. Fucking sucks ass. Fuck.
Yeah, he does. All right, so-
All Stars. The Rainer fucking sucks ass.
The
All-Stars.
Russas.
I don't even think I'm going to make a team name, even though I do think I actually have athletes that.
You do have athletes.
I'm saying, like,
Good job, yeah.
on this team that are actually really good. That I know some of them. I'm just like, I don't know how these people play in basketball because I don't know what these positions mean. So I'm going to go ahead and go with center. First one, the center. Randy Moss, because I know he did actually play basketball and was badass at basketball too. I don't know if that's the position that he should play,
Sure wasn't.
but he probably could, because from what I've heard, Randy Moss was great at every sport that he ever did. So I'm sure if he wanted to play center in basketball, he'd be the fucking best at it. Power forward, go with Dan Marino. Because that motherfucker could throw a ball. Regardless of what shape it is, he could fucking do that from downtown. Full court. I bet he could get one of those balls into those hoops. Dan Marino. He was also he was in that Ace Ventura movie. Small forward. Is this the one that runs fast?
Sure.
Small forward.
was,
Does he run fast?
Typically shorter, quicker, leaner than power forwards and centers, but typically taller and larger than either one of the guard positions.
Well, I'm going to go with Jerry Rice, because I remember in the...
Did you just get all football players?
Basically. But there's a couple of weird ones at the end.
You got Arnold Palmer.
But Jerry Rice, because I remember him in that Super Nintendo Madden game, him being fucking fast as shit. So Jerry Rice can run. I remember that shit. Shooting guard? What does that one do it again?
Score.
He scores?
They score points.
Pele
That's pretty
scores a hell of a lot, and he'd probably do some weird shit. He might kick that fucking basketball, but it'll go in the basket. He makes that fucking basket every fucking time. He's a shooting guard, Pele. And the last one, point guard.
Guess it's got to be this guy.
He does this stuff, right? So what's he do?
It's whatever that guy does. He
Same
runs the
thing.
offense.
Yeah.
Well, I got Tiger Woods, so he actually just runs around the court with his golf club and hits people in the shins with it while they're trying to play the game. So that's why I have the best Space Jam movie, because mine would be really fucking entertaining, whereas these other ones probably would not. I mean, seeing Tiger Woods run around a court,
All right, debate.
smashing...
Debate for a moment.
We have to debate this?
For a moment, yes.
I don't remember what.
All right, so now the only problem I have with mine is I had two great scorers and a great passer, but Tom Brady doesn't score that much, so he's totally a point guard. He's led his team to the Super Bowl 9 times. He's won 6 of them. It's kind of crazy as a quarterback running offense. Wayne Gretzky and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hey, high five! We both have gold medalists.
Yeah.
I have some of the best people
but anyway,
A high
alive.
five gold medal, by the way.
Anyway, yeah, it was bad. I put Wayne Gretzky as a shooting guard because he scores the most. He's scored the most goals in hockey.
But we're playing
But
against monsters.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a taller, leaner, more agile athlete.
Yeah.
So Wayne
yeah,
Gretzky.
Yeah, but does he got shit on Bugs Bunny though?
Right, that's what I mean. We're playing against like monsters and shit, right? Still,
No, we're the monsters.
I don't understand this.
And I have the goats. I basically have the greatest, pretty much, player of every sport. And like Barry Bonds, like if it was when he was younger, it would have been a different position. But I went with when he was older and on roids. Put him power forward just because he's a little bigger, he can score better. And Kurt Angle's just a fucking monster. He's just gonna fucking just be that guy. It's just fucking dunking. But Cristiano Ronaldo, he's going to be my scorer. LeBron James is actually a small forward too, and he's basically all about
that's gonna
scoring.
fuck 'em up, though.
Your teams, like, you had to
Yeah,
look
yeah.
up how to play basketball and what to do, so your Monstar teams
I'm
are
sorry,
going to be
Rainer.
fucking retarded.
I signed up for a sports movie debate.
Yeah, and
not
what
a
I'm,
sports
what I'm
debate.
telling you is,
I don't know anything about sports.
your
I do
team,
like sports movies,
but your
but
team,
only if they're
and
about
if we
little
play,
kids.
if we play Space Jam, at least my Monstar aliens went and got the best athletes in their sport at the time ever. Like, there's no
You think?
doubt
I mean,
that none
somebody's
of these
better than
are the
Pele.
best. Yes, there's a lot of players better than Pele. The game's
Fuck
changed.
that shit.
It depends. In every sport, if you want to
Somebody's
get into
better
it,
than Dan
every
Marino.
yeah,
He's the best quarterback of all time.
Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Tom
no.
Brady,
What
Aaron
about Randy
Rodgers.
Moss?
Randy
He's
Moss,
awesome.
you didn't even get his position right. He was a small forward shooting guard, like, because he
He's
played
the
a Duke
center
line.
in my team.
He also
right
played
here.
with Jason Williams, white chocolate. Your team, like, you had to look it up. I don't care. I think my team's the best.
Jerry Rice is fast as shit.
Jerry Rice is a
He's
tiny man. He's just 6 feet
You know what,
tall.
Rainer?
Yeah.
Even if I had to look my shit up, I think I still placed them in good spots.
I placed mine in great spots too. There's no doubt.
I honestly
The only
have no idea.
they're,
if
they're,
mine would go
and
or
my
not.
offense is a very versatile motion offense. So lots of picks, lots of motion going back from corner to corner, run to the point at the elbow by the foul line. And you have Tom Brady with the ball. He's going to pick the open guy. He's not going to fuck around with that. All these people can score. We have Kurt Angle. He's just going to fucking ruin people's lives down low. It's just the best team. They're the goats.
Is he? Or is he going to get taken out by Triple H?
Triple H is not a Looney Tune.
But like, what?
Hold on. I got this, my dude. I got this. Neither was Bill fucking Murray. So that don't mean Triple H ain't gonna pop out of a fucking cupcake like Bill Murray did
Triple H is not going to be in Space Jam 2. It's LeBron James.
and
like
fuck up
all
Kurt
the-
Angle.
All right.
No, it's going to be fucking Bill
so,
Murray.
so
again, guaranteed.
Randy Moss is gonna run somebody over.
Randy Moss
outside
never
the-
ran anybody over. That's not how you play basketball.
No, it doesn't matter.
We're
Outside
talking
the
Space
court.
Jam shit.
Yeah, we're talking Space Jam. So if they don't like the way it's going, they'll
do
see
it.
outside the game.
Fucking
Randy
right.
Moss
Also,
is gonna hit somebody.
also-
with a car.
Also, we're
assuming-
Monstars.
you're-
So like, it don't matter what the fuck we do. We don't have to follow the fucking
No,
rules.
they do follow the rules. They're just bigger and better. And my team, they can
Tiger
make them
Woods is
monsters.
gonna
They're gonna
cheat
be
on his
huge.
wife. That's gonna be part of the movie. With Tara Reid.
That doesn't
That's
make
who he's
him
gonna
better.
cheat on his wife.
I'm just saying.
That makes it a better movie, though. What are we debating?
It's
I don't even
it's
know
the best team.
anymore.
They couldn't get athletes that play basketball. They went out and got the best athletes from sports that they know. And they're all different.
I
Every
have the
different
best athletes. I just don't know how to use them.
I'm gonna give the point to Rayner.
Yep.
Yeah, that's understandable.
You know what? I think I'd place
I think you did.
You
really
did.
well.
You did well. You did well. There was.
I just don't know what the fuck any of this shit means.
The Vert thing was good. Tony Hawk would be a better small forward. He's a little
I
lanky.
don't know what the fuck.
You almost.
You have lanky people.
You almost
That would have been better. Something.
won on Vert alone.
Yeah, that was good.
Great.
That was fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. That I was like, oh shit, that was good.
I really didn't even compete in that one at all. I have no idea.
So moving on to the speed round, we have Chris with 2 points and Rayner with 2 points.
Yeah. Damn it! I usually just try to get
Al-
Chris out of the speed round. This is
That's
this is
fine.
uncharted
I'll sit
territory.
here uncomfortably and really fine.
I think that's right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey, you scored though.
I did.
You actually did. You actually scored a point. I was very
I thought I've
surprised.
done pretty
You
well tonight
Yeah.
on
Once what the tennis one, the last two main ones kind of ruined you. You did
Well,
good.
I mean that last question, I don't even know what the fuck these things are.
Colin, how many beers you got? I want
What
one.
the hell's a front bottom?
You don't know what a front bottom is? They're like
It's a band.
they're like Kiss, but like
Thank you.
with mandolin or something.
No, they're like what the front bottoms.
Yeah, they're like
they're
Kiss with
kind of
mandolins.
like they
They're
kind
like
of want
Kings
to be
of
like
Leon.
no, they want to be like all
They're like
punk,
indie,
They're
weird.
like kind of
Weezer?
like a poppier
like Weezer.
Andrew Jackson Jihad in a way. They're more acoustic punk.
It's weird that you know that.
Kinda.
That's what it is.
No,
well, I only know
I
one
know what
song
it
by
is,
them,
too. I was just
and it's
kidding. Oh my
People the
goodness.
Reckoning 2. I actually bought it on iTunes because it says,
Does it turn
hey,
it into a
here's
5
to you,
again?
Mrs.
Yeah.
Robinson. Everyone fucking hates
That's
you.
weird.
And
Yeah,
that's my
that's a good
mom's
song.
name,
What is it?
so
When
I
we-
love that song.
When we
It's
make the score a 2, it turns it into a
It's
5.
probably that font.
How did you do the new like?
Well, see, a 1 upside
Why?
down is still a 1. So that
I mean, you
makes
could
sense.
literally just type out the number 2, the TWO.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
All right.
We just did Roman numerals.
You can do like a sad face.
But yeah,
for
it's
me.
possibly that font. I don't know. I didn't get
No,
up with
that's
the numbers. I
weird.
just picked a
That's,
font.
you might have picked like a mirror font because Like a 1 looks like a 1.
Oh, it also could be literally like backwards when I resize the numbers and shit as well.
All right, 2-2.
Because like if you drag it over too much, it,
Oh, I never noticed that the
Inverse.
scores kind of like are where we're at. That's
yeah,
funny.
yeah, good,
Yeah.
good job.
Good.
Chris did awesome.
If you
yeah.
beat me, I'll be happy just because you laid it out well.
So
Before we begin, I like how all of our answers kind of went back to what Corey wanted to pick at a point. Like, that was good. Like, Little
was
Giants
weird.
came back.
It was fucking
Fucking
weird.
Ricky Bobby came back. And then you brought back the mustache from the beginning.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
It was weird shit.
Dude, I'm thinking like that 3. Okay, the 3 with like... Because like his helmet, he always wore sunglasses with a little mustache underneath it. That would look fucking
And
brilliant,
called
dude.
The Intimidator.
Yeah, that's what that was
Rated
good.
R because
That was
they're
good.
gonna show that shit.
That was good. I visualized. I was like, that's amazing.
I had to fix the score real quick.
So,
Alright.
should Space Jam 2 with LeBron James even be made?
Yes.
No.
Do you have a timer?
I can probably time now if I'm in like the,
Okay.
the shit bucket, but hang on. Give me a second, let me find it. Timer.
Go to your clock.
I know. 30 hours?
God, I could do this quicker.
That'd be a great
You probably
movie.
can. If you want to, you can. I've
30
got
seconds?
30
Yeah.
seconds.
When I begin.
I've got it.
That's
I've
it.
got it. I've got it.
I've
I've
got
got
it.
That's when I began.
All right. Well, you
Oh
do
yeah.
it then.
No, I want
No,
first.
Chris said second.
Yeah.
Okay,
so-
okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's been a long time.
Who's going? Colin?
Chris is going first.
Okay. Well,
Once
you
he
can
starts
do that.
talking, I'll get it.
I'll just sit over here.
For the sake of shit, can I get the question one more time? You said why?
Should Space Jam 2 with LeBron James be made?
You're arguing for no against Rainers, yes.
All right, yeah. Space Jam 2 starring LeBron James should not be a fucking thing because A, it's just not going to do anything other than like attempt to rehash the bullshit of the original Space Jam. If they're going to do a second Space Jam, they should do a different sport. Or at this point, use somebody other than LeBron James. I think there's plenty of basketball players that would be better than LeBron James at this point for that movie. Steph Curry, for example, would be better than LeBron James in a fucking Space Jam movie. I don't think LeBron James is the person for that role. He's just not like.
Time.
I think Space Jam should be made. Looney Tunes actually has been gone for a while. It's not there. I think it's a great way to bring them back.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You have LeBron James, who is possibly the most popular athlete in America. So it's kind of like getting Michael Jordan. It's the Michael Jordan of this generation. Basketball, it's great. Again, you need to bring Looney Tunes back. You have LeBron James. He is the greatest basketball player probably of all time. So it's even better. I think it needs to be made just because it's going to be a good movie. They're going to have different stars, different abilities. Basketballs have
Time.
been changed.
Okay.
Now it's 15.
Make you score.
Okay. Second that. There we go. 15. Alright.
I agree entirely that Space Jam 2 should be a thing and it'd be a great fucking vehicle for the Looney Tunes again. I just don't think it should be LeBron James. And I also just don't think they should do basketball again. I don't think they should rehash something they've already fucking done and just do the same shit. They should branch off into like possibly a different sport or just pick somebody that isn't LeBron James
Time.
because he's not as popular as people think he is anymore.
You can't talk anymore.
I was finishing my fucking statement and you shut the fuck up. You didn't even make it this far.
I lost.
Until he should be remade. LeBron James is pretty much in his career. Michael Jordan made it because he was kicked out of basketball for various reasons. He wanted to play baseball, so he had time to do this. LeBron James is getting there. The Monstars want revenge, so why wouldn't they come back and try to play basketball against a team they should have beat? Without that, you can use...
God, I wish we had another 15 seconds.
This one's hard.
That's what she said.
I agree with both.
Can I make a statement and it has nothing to do with
No.
the judging?
Not yet.
Fuck.
It's too close in my head.
Take it into overtime.
Look, I already forgot my statement, so it doesn't matter. It was something about the last thing Rainer said.
I'm gonna give it to Chris.
Rainer, what was the last thing you said?
I like
said,
the
why
idea-
wouldn't they want to come back and...
Oh, okay, yeah, the revenge. The Monstars wouldn't want revenge against the Looney Tunes because at the end of Space Jam, they realized that it's the fucking weird other dude that's fucking with them, and he's been at fault the entirety of the movie.
I like the rebuttal of, yes, bring it back, but use a different sport.
Ooh, okay.
So, 3-2.
That's
I thought it was
Luke's
3-3.
side.
Okay.
No,
that
3 to
sounds a
2.
little bit close to
3-2.
brackets.
We were 2-2 at the end.
Yeah, but you got the.
No, that made it 2. I only had 1. You won 2.
Oh,
Or
see, I
you
thought
got
you,
one.
I thought you had 2.
No.
Okay.
We both had 2.
Okay.
All
Change
right.
the score, damn it. Just kidding.
Rocky or Raging Bull?
Rocky.
30 seconds when Chris begins speaking.
Thank you.
It's
Making that pussy squirt.
Oh,
God. Yes, little one. She's 8 years old. She's like 40 in cat years. It's okay.
She's awful small for a cougar.
Sometimes they come that way.
The good ones do at least.
By sneezing.
This is a speed round.
Oh, you might have to forfeit the point.
I mean, I'll straight up forfeit the point if you want. I mean, I can try to argue it, but
Argue.
I've honestly never actually watched either of those movies.
Can I step in for you?
No.
Nope.
This ain't fucking celebrity shot beer pong.
Because you got Raging Bull, right?
I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, just give it
Rainer's
a
going to get the
shot.
point anyways. Rocky is bullshit because, to the best of my media knowledge, he doesn't even win the fight at the end of the first movie. I think Apollo Creed wins. It's a pointless fucking franchise. I guess Raging Bull was a better movie because there's only one movie, and one movie deals get it right the first time. They don't need to spin off into like 5 other fucking movies. And then in the other movies about your rival's fucking kid, because Sylvester Stallone's kid wasn't good enough to be a good boxer and have a decent movie.
Time.
That's the answer is totally Rocky. It won Best Picture, so did Raging Bull, but the Best Picture it created this franchise, which every movie's pretty good. It basically shows this, we like to say, underdog show up. He lost, and then he won, and then he lost. It's what a boxing career is about. Raging Bull is just one. It's all just about that one fucking scene at the waterfront or whatever. It's an old movie. At least Rocky keeps it, current and what's going on with things. You just because somebody's son is your rival's son doesn't mean you can't coach them and make them a better person. It's
Time.
about
15. Okay.
You can't tell me every Rocky movie is good because some of them are just commonly known for being bad fucking movies. I don't remember if it's like 3, but I think it's 3. Whichever one he has a talking robot that makes his like fucking uncle or whoever fucking egg milks or whatever milk
Time.
nogs. That movie's dumb.
Rocky is just iconic. There's a
Egg
statue
whites.
of Rocky Marciano in Philadelphia. People go to the stairs at that place just to take pictures or run up it. Raging Bull, it's a classic, but it's not as iconic in American lore. It's just Rocky all the way. Rocky is an American hero. He's a folklore hero. It's Rocky.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to Rayner. Simply because of that rebuttal. I feel like your rebuttal focused way too much on Rocky 3.
That movie.
But
I mean, with the robot, though.
That's all I know of the Rocky franchise. Really,
Yeah.
it was.
Is this the one
yeah,
where he fought Drogo?
I don't know.
I think that's the second one.
Oh, okay, because I love
I think it's the one with Mr. T.
No, I think he fights Drogo twice.
He
if I'm not
does.
mistaken. Yeah, he fights him in like
I've never
5,
even
I think.
seen any of them.
I've seen
Yeah,
one. I've seen
Drogo's
1 and
5.
2. But he fights him in 2 as well. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's like a rematch because boxing.
Yeah. Because Drogo kills Apollo Creed, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the second movie.
Spoilers, people.
Well, spoilers if you haven't seen Rocky, which I haven't either. But I know it already.
Brittany has said, "Hear me out." Tom Cruise arrives in a helicopter. I think she's talking about Space Jam.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What's the best fictional sport?
Quidditch.
Is there another fictional?
Hold on.
There's plenty. Damn, I could have made it like fun, but I didn't. I have such a better answer.
Death Race?
All right.
What'd you say?
Death Race?
Death Race.
That's awesome.
The first thing that came to my mind was this isn't my thing. Was that rollerball?
Rollerball. Yeah.
I was like, no. That's why I was like, oh fuck.
Don't do rollerball.
I honestly expected one of you to say basketball.
I thought basketball.
Yeah.
I didn't even think baseball.
I didn't think
Or
about
would've said
that
baseball.
because honestly,
I could've
you
argued that, but
we can go out and play basketball. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go on Death Race.
Yeah, we
can
can do all that. Yeah, I guess that's a moot point. All right, Death Race.
It's like NASCAR again. We're going full circle. Again.
Left turns!
Yeah,
Left turns!
They just have guns on them this time.
Alright, Death Race is a cooler fictional sport, or better fictional sport than Quidditch for a multitude of reasons. The first being it's more accessible. The only people that would know about Quidditch as a sport would be wizards, which none of us are. We can all admit that, so we wouldn't even know that's a fucking thing. Death Race is also better because at the end of the day, humans are fundamentally flawed and evil creatures who want to see other people hurt other people, which is entirely what Death Race is. And beyond that, it is somebody trying to get out of a shitty position and get their own freedom by just going full fucking speed and taking chances.
Quidditch is the best fictional sport because it uses magic and it basically incorporates another real sport. It's basically soccer, basketball. They fight. You have bludger things that beat people. You have bats. You have a goalkeeper. You have one guy that can just win the game with a golden snitch. They fly on brooms. What Chris said, like every sport, everybody wants to see somebody get hurt. That's what people like in sports. It's kind of cool, and that happens in Quidditch. There's fires. They go through the fucking rafters sometimes, and it's been made into a real sport, and you can play it as your own thing. Death Race, you cannot do that.
I hope that cast works on you.
Oh my fucking god.
Fires aren't part of Quidditch. I don't know where the fuck you're getting that. People die in Death Race. That's why it's called Death Race. Any injury in fucking Quidditch is instantly fixed by magic. And what the fuck do you mean we can't go out and do a Death Race right fucking now? Yeah, we could, but we couldn't actually get on a flying broom. And also, the snitch doesn't win the game. It ends the game.
In the first instance of Quidditch, there was a fire. They started fire in the stands. Anyway, Death Race, it just can't happen. It's really fun, and people like to get hurt. Quidditch is actually fictional. It has magic. Watch people get run over or whatever. I mean, they even rehashed that. At least Quidditch is an original idea. Death Race 2000, I think we might be talking about that. Okay.
Okay, so the fire started in the stands has nothing to do with Quidditch, though. It's like
No, I said there was fire
saying,
at Quidditch. I didn't say Quidditch made
That was
fire.
time.
I'm talking to Rainer. He can think about whatever.
I didn't say Quidditch
But that's
made
like
fire.
saying
I said there
with,
was
like,
fire.
with like soccer.
And they
That's
went
like
through the
saying that's like
rafters.
saying part of soccer is fire just because soccer hooligans start fires.
It
because they're
is
pissed
like
off.
that is a known fact that
But it's
sometimes
not
you
part
might
of the
burn to
game.
death at soccer matches.
But it's not part of the game,
You
though.
might also die at soccer matches.
I'm just saying, I could Death Race right now. I can walk home and get my car and start driving around.
You drive?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
I usually get Uber, but I mean, if we want a Death Race, I can
This
do it right
this is
now.
hard as hell.
I've been trying to find somebody for a car all day so I could go buy my Sarah birthday cake.
Well, shit, you should have let me know. I didn't know. I sat on the couch all day.
I was at work. So.
6.
I need 15 more seconds from both of you.
Gotcha.
I forgot what I said.
There we go.
You were bad at sounds. You're the worst soundboard.
It's back to Chris, right?
Yes.
I don't know why you want to harp on Death Race not being a fictional sport. It's a fucking fictional sport, and it's an attempt to gain your own freedom. Where like in Quidditch, you just don't. It's just a fucking sport. It's just like a game. There's winners and there's losers. Where like in Death Race, you either win and you leave, and you win. Like fuck.
Quidditch is actually a sport. They use balls. They have different positions. Death Race, you're thinking of the newer Death Race with Jason Statham. The original Death Race is just a race across America. It's kind of like a gumball rally. You run over people, you score points, you win. Quidditch was made up. It has actual sport ideas to it instead of just killing people, trying to get freedom. You just try to win.
I'm going to give it to Rainer.
But yeah,
4-3 now?
the snitch doesn't
Yep.
end the game.
Well,
They're winning the game.
yeah, but it usually does. Depending, like,
depends.
I mean, if you score too many quaffle goals and you catch a snitch, like the losing team's not going to do that if that wants to. They're just going to battle it out. So the snitch basically wins the game based on.
I just still say,
What?
Also, by the way, the Quidditch World Cup is going to be in Dunbar, West Virginia next year. If you guys want to go
That's
watch
terrible.
people play
it's kind of
Quidditch
sneezing on me.
in Dunbar.
But Death Race we can do right now if you guys want to.
Have you never seen Death Race 2000?
Is it the original?
Yeah.
Beverage
Oh
said
my
Blurns
God.
Ball and Pod
With
Racing.
Sylvester Stallone and David Carradine.
Blurns Ball and Pod Racing.
Blurns Ball's good.
I don't remember what that is.
It's the one where Leela in Futurama
it's
throws the ball, but it has like a
But
string
that-
on it.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
TV.
Pod racing is good, but that's just racing.
Okay.
I'm just glad I
Full
didn't say
circle.
rollerball.
What?
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't either. Oh, before you go, when I said, man, I could have made this fun, I almost picked Death Race. As soon as I said Quidditch, I was like, Death Race. Fuck yeah.
What fictional team from a movie would be the best to join?
The Milwaukee Bears.
This is your fucking fault.
Why?
Because had you not mentioned basketball, he wouldn't have remembered to say that.
I
Way
said
to go,
baseball.
Colin.
Did you?
I said baseball.
Oh, fuck.
man.
I thought it was Colin. Best team to join? I don't remember the Bulgarian fucking Quidditch team, but Bulgaria and Quidditch because they won. Actually, I'll save that for the debate. But
Well, you're up.
best fictional team to join would be the Bulgarian Quidditch team because A, I get to fly around on a broom. I get fucking Wizard Gold, which Wizard Gold is way more valuable than Muggle Gold, and also it just seems like a fucking badass, awesome sport. It's clearly the best fictional sport, as Rainer just proved. And what better team to join than the World Cup champions of the Quidditch? And I think I would probably play Seeker, or no, not Seeker, Keeper. Keeper would be a good position for me.
Time.
The
There you go.
The Milwaukee Bears is the best team to join. A, because they're just shooting a basketball. You don't even have to be that athletic, so anybody can join it. They seem like good guys. It's an easy sport. You get to travel all around the country. I don't have to have magical abilities. I just get to shoot, walk to my base. I don't have to worry about getting out. Quidditch, like even Bulgaria, they might have won the World Cup, but there was a major attack there, so I don't know if a couple of them died. Nobody attacks the basketball games or baseball championship. They just seem like a fun group of people. All the teams have different characters.
See, the team I'm trying to join is an actual team where your team is focused on two actual people that happen to be the protagonists of the movie. So, like, the other teammates just don't really fucking matter. And you're just going to be, like, a fucking background character. Where I'm joining an actual team and not dealing with the petty bullshit of the two egos.
in baseball, there's actually 3 people that play. You have a sub. You forget the little guy that's also on the team that scores runs and makes baskets. It's just more fun. It's easier to get into. I think you have a better time after the game, during the game, before the game. It's just a better friendship.
Time.
Another hard one.
Motherfucker, put down your beer and shake my hand. You know, fuck you. I don't want to shake your hand, asshole.
I like the point about the wizard gold being more than muggle gold. But I do feel like Rayner focused more on like the team and not just the prestige that would come with joining the team. You have a sense of camaraderie with yours, to paraphrase, whereas the other one, you're just joining a team that's already established just to be a player on it that may or may not bring down that team even. But the camaraderie, you knew that there were multiple positions with basketball. Chris, you did sway me a little more to your side when you gave the position you would actually play. I liked that. But I feel like it's Rayner just by a hair.
That's why I didn't shake your hand. I didn't want you to like sadly shake my hand and then win and be like, oh shit, we gotta do this again. Yeah, I want a movie fight. I did it.
Debate.
I don't care. I don't care. I did it. I've never won a movie one.
Sports shirt doing sports.
Never won a movie one.
I could.
You did. You
I
won the
remember
420 one.
there were players.
That encompassed all, because I used like Planet Earth and stuff. So it was like one of the questions was like best thing to watch when you're stoned. And, like,
I put the point in movie.
there were a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck you. Nobody does.
Fuck yeah, dude, Chris.
She's not in the
My Nana's gonna be so proud.
Can we live stream me and your nana?
No, we are. Like that's
Yeah.
going to be
Okay.
So, yeah, next week we have another movie one. We have Corey.
Yeah, Corey, good job today. You scored a point, and it was
did.
very surprising.
I thought I at least kept up with the other ones
You did.
Yeah.
for a bit.
For a bit, you did. You did. You did very well.
And then Devin and Noah will be back.
That'll be fun.
And,
Oh God, Corey, you might win that one because you'll talk more.
I'll just bitch, and yell.
it will be a best franchise debate.
That's the whole debate. So
That
that was
sounds
your
good,
secret
though.
question thing that you.
Oh.
So I picked a really good one for that one then.
So I'm going to send questions out for that here in a little bit.
I also think since you've been doing the, like putting people in the group for that, I think you should put the questions in the main chat just so we kind of know
Okay.
what's going on.
I get kind of
Yeah, I
annoyed,
was
like,
lost
I
for
like
the sports
that's-
thing,
Like
but
today
it was a
too, when I came
secondary
over, you're
chat.
like, you didn't get the questions. I'm like, I'm the alternate for the sports debate
Because
I'm
they
like,
also save, like, if you go to, like, info, there's, like, a picture there, so you
Yeah.
can just, like, easily. So if everybody got it, I think that's a good idea.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, it sucks because I did a whole bunch of notes for like the actual
well, hold
debate
on
we're
to
supposed
them
to
because
have.
we'll be doing that with the same questions at a later date.
I was about to say, let me see them notes. Good job. If you watched later, thanks
Bye,
for sticking
Brittany.
around. Hey, Brittany, bring us some snacks.
Wait, don't press stop yet. What time is it?
420 blazing.
11:52.
11:52.
Yep.
11:54.
It's not quite your birthday yet, Sarah, but happy birthday.
Happy
Oh,
birthday, Sarah.
happy birthday,
Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Yay!
I know you will never watch this.
She's
been
watching it right
Oh.
now.
Hey, before you go have
We
fun,
keep it
can I
on
have
for
a
6
card
more
pack?
minutes.
Oh yeah, I forgot to have your fucking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah. Bye.
Bye.
I'm glad you said that though, because I completely forgot I had your fucking.